I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Bomba. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Bomba. Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. How are you? Excuse me. I hope you are all happy and healthy. Unlike me, doing the things you love with the people that you love to do them with. Can anyone smell a bomber? Is there bombers in the air tonight? My man Phil Collins told me these things are due, and these things might be due for us. How is everybody doing? Ratatata, keep your nose clean, but your eyes firmly fixed, guys, firmly fixed. Oh. Excuse me. I think I've just swallowed a bomber. Swallowed a bomber. What are we doing here? Anyway, keep your eyes, one eye on this show, one eye on Twitter. We need bombers when they are dropping. Excuse me. What is going on? Dry throat. You know what you need when you've got a cough? Cheeky little bit of Magnums. Keep your powder dry, your nose clean. Keep one eye on the tweets and one eye on the game. What is crack-a-lacking, people? It is your Friday night edition of Tottenham Transfer News, Views and Clues. We've got some people joining us momentarily. Hopefully, we've got Drewski joining. We might have Kate joining. We might have James Flower joining. I think we've got Danny Kiriakou coming on as well. We might even see a little bit of Connorita. What is crack-a-lacking? You know what to do, guys. Smash the like button. I've got to turn on the aircon. I'm going to piss off the lefties. This bad boy can step back a little bit. And we can get into tonight's show because there's lots to talk about. If I can actually get a word out without my throat getting a little bit crispy. What is going on? Excuse me. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. We're crying here. We're doing our best. We are doing our best. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Bomba. Bomba. Come on now. Come on now. It's bomber time. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see it. Let me change my camera and we'll get straight into the action because that camera's annoying me. It's in my way. It's in my way. We can bring it back later on if we need to do some AI face cams. I do have Sandro Tonali. Hey, it's me, Sandro Tonali. You know, everyone that's Italian gets the same accent. Can't ask fairer than that. You can't ask fairer than that. It is the hour of the Bombers, Art. It is the hours of the Bomber. Ryan B. Didn't you get timed out yesterday, Ryan? Or was it the day before? Didn't you get a cheeky timeout for your bomber lies? We don't want no bombers. We don't want no bombers from the back room. We only need truthful stuff. Let's find out what's crack-a-lacking. We got some interesting stories today to get through. Omar Marmoush. Oh my God. Omar days. Imagine if he comes in. We've also got some sad news. My first choice striker has left to go to Milan. 60 million euros. Feel like we missed the trick on that one. Feel like we missed the trick. AC Milan, no bigger than Tottenham. They're not the same team they used to be, but they do carry the same sort of ratatata to the minds of many. And that's okay. That's okay. But if you can go and get me an Omar Marmoush, then... Oh, Omar. It's sensational. Sensational. I'm all over the place. I'm not even started drinking yet, and that's the problem. That's the first slurp I've had all day, and it's 7:40. You know what happens? Shaumbers are incoming. Big up to you, AK Shed. Let's say hello to some of the members. Big up to Grant Davinson. All we doing is ironing out the silly add-ons. We tried offering Newcastle to bump it up to 100 bar. By changing them, that's all. To realistic ones. Basically done. It's basically done, isn't it? Although there was a little bit of like mischief earlier on. What's his name? From the BBC fame. Used to be Daily Mail. What's his name? That donut? Can't think of his name. Can't think of his name. Anyway, he was saying that Arsenal entered the chat for Tonali. But they haven't really, they can't have entered the chat for Tonali, can they? I mean, they offered 50 million quid for Bruno G. What are we doing here? Don't insult us. Don't insult my intelligence with this sort of nonsense. What is going on, though? Big up to Grant, big up to you. Don't let us down. But listen, Danny, my man, I don't make up the news. I just bring you the news. But it happens to be that whenever we go live, there are bombers that drop. You know, it is what it is. And I had to move the time of this show around today 3 times. It was initially scheduled for 6:30, but then I put out a video and it started really well, so I didn't want to cripple that. So I pushed it to 8:30. Then I realized that was too late, so I brought it back to 7:30. I reckon that Romano and Ornstein are sitting there going, well, what's Butler up to? You know, when are we going to drop this bomber? Because he keeps changing his times. And so we have to wait until he goes live, and then the bomber drops. Okay? I don't make the rules, though. I don't make the rules, Danny. Big up to you, Elvis. Oh, I'll do some super chiddly chit chats. We started the super chat by mistake. We'll do it now. Big up to Elvis G. Content's got a bomber. Mate, if it does drop tonight, if it does drop in the next couple of hours, I don't know what to say. You know? Because when I say bombers only drop when Butler goes live, I'm sort of half joking, but I'm also half a little bit serious. But if it actually does happen tonight, if we do get a here we go tonight, I mean, honestly, everyone's going to have to watch every single time, aren't we? We're going to have to strategize around when it is we go live. You know, maybe just have to do 24-hour charity streams the entire time. The show can never end. That way, the bombers never stop dropping. You know. Big up to you, Elvis. Big up to you, my man. Appreciate you. Blaine's in the house as well. He says, what is this? Is this last word on Spurs? I'm going to invoice you for this time. Mate, listen, I love Ricky. He's a great man. He's a great man. Reputations are a forger, aren't they? Big up to you, Blaine. Appreciate you, mate. Big up to you. Super Blaine, Super Spurs 3. Get over to see him in Ireland. He's built a new party playhouse for us all. Apparently, he's going to have a giant, everyone's invited Spurs-a-thon over in his new gaff with all of his dungeons and things. And it's going to be fantastic, isn't it, Blaine? Oh, sorry, did I let that slip out of the bag? We're all going over to Blaine's house. Big up to James with the super sticker. Choo-choo to you, James. First super sticker with you. Choo-choo. Choo-choo to you, my man. Choo-choo to you. Where else are we going? Big up to our Boxy's in the gaff. Big up to Boxy with a big one. $20 super sticker. Big up to you, mate. Choo-choo to you, Boxy. Always here. Always supporting in a most generous way. Really appreciate you, mate. Really appreciate you, buddy. I hope life is treating you kind. And I hope you have all you dreamed of. Anyway, big up to you, Boxy. Big up to James. Big up to Andrew Burnett with the $3 super sticker. Choo-choo to you as well, my man. Big up to you, Andrew. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro. Hope you're all good. Tot Spurs as well with another one from Tot Spurs. Big up to Tot Spurs. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you are well. And Vice City, my man, Cat Vunt, the man who's had more names than Tottenham have transfer links. Big up, Shawnee. Good to see you. Bring on the bombers. There better be a bomber. There better be something, eh? There better be something. Listen, we need to keep one eye on the chat because you guys are keeping one eye on Twitter for me. What is crack-a-lacking? £100 million, that's monopoly money. Is it, though, in this day and age? Because apparently we're going to be able to get 50 million back for Berghvall. You know, and Newcastle are actually interested in Berghvall. So are Nottingham Forest. Will we ever allow Nottingham Forest to get a player of ours? Will we do it? Well, what about if we said to them, look, we'll take Gibbs White for 50 and you can have Berghvall? Let's see if the big man Marinakis wants a piece of that. I've been watching Berghvall at the World Cup. He ain't done anything, has he? Not done anything. Big up to you for coming in. Someone's trying to wait for bombers. Oh, this is before the show started. Let's get forward. Big up to Tot Spurs. Who else is here? Sean truly is 8%. If you know, you know. 8% Nigerian, 100%. I've got the DNA, bro. Got the DNA to prove it. Bring me Gakpo, says, big up to FPL Tavern. No fake news bombers tonight. Loads coming. That's right. We get to time out. The first person who says there's a bomber, if there's no bombers, you know what to do, mods. You know what to do. Spurs women have signed Victoria Pelova from Arsenal women. They think it's pull over. It is now. Hell over, Jesus Christ. Berghvall looked like crap, yeah. Yeah. Kinsky, let's talk a little bit about Antonin Kinsky. How much did Antonin Kinsky get his raise for? What's going on? Hang on a second. Is he coming on or what? Are you joining me? There we go. So Antonin Kinsky has got himself a cheeky little contract extension. What was he on before? And what was he? Is there a Ben Jacobs bomber? Is there a Sky Sports bomb? Are you already starting the games? Are you starting the games? I was about to type into Twitter bomber. That's what we need. We just need a new hashtag. You need a new hashtag in Twitter. You type in the word bomber and all transfer stories get just immediately put in front of you. You know? What are we doing here? Bombers having KFC tonight. Where's my man Eugene with the moderation? You're a mod. Blaine, you're a mod. Sammy Mockbell. Sammy Mockbell. Yeah. When he was at the Daily Mail, he was a proper donut. He's got up in the world, though. He now works for the BBC, that much respected organisation, who, didn't realise about Jimmy such and such, If you know, you know. No, so I don't know, Sammy, but I don't know. He always brings the bad news, never the good news on the Tottenham stuff. Fake bombers on the naughty step, 100%. Let's have a look-see, though. What are we doing here? I've got some bookmarked bombers to talk about. This one here is the latest one from 2 hours ago. Let's get it on the screen. Alfredo Pagula. What are we doing here? By the way, did I ask you not to forget to smash the like button? There's 1,000 people in the gap. We love to see it. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the subscribe if you haven't already. Let me just do this properly. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe. Notification button should be squeezed. Comments should be dropped. Don't forget, we are, of course, sponsored by OK Jersey. Code Sean15. It's supposed to be discontinued. It's supposed to be off the shelf. No longer available. But a little birdie tells me that if you do go onto OK Jersey and you try code Sean15, it still works. They forgot to remove the 15 code. So take advantage whilst you can. They got the new clobber. I believe the new clobber's up. If it's not, it will be very, very soon. And, of course, you can still get all your retro gear, your Jeremy Jacquets, your training tops, all that stuff. You can get your international clobber, whatever it is you want. Get yourself something nice, either using code Sean15 or using code Sean at checkout. OK Jersey. Also, don't forget, Spurs Hub, right? We're over 15, nearly 1,600 new people are joining. And it is a pleasure to see them all. Every single day. We've got so much going on. All of your transfer stories are on there. All of your video content creators are in there as well. And all of your podcasts, all of your games, your predictions. You've got everything. There's a million things to do. We've got our own version of Twitter. We've got the Data Hub. Don't forget the Data Hub. The Data Hub's the hero feature. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. We love to see it. Get over to the Spurs Hub. Right, where were we? Let's get back into the stories. Okay, so Alfredo Pagula. This is translated from Italian. Who does he work for? He works for TV dello Sport. He says, confirmed what was anticipated 10 days ago. Priority given to De Zerbi. Still a few details missing with Newcastle and a bit of patience. We don't want no patience. Have a little patience. No. Run out of patience is needed. We're hitting the £100 million mark. £100 million for Sandro Tonali. Don't know about this one. Sean 15 was working at 5:30. There you go. They told me it's 8% only, but it's not. It's not. It's not. What is this? What is this? What is this? Bomba Butler. We like to have a bomba. We want to have a bomba. I need a bomba now. Alfredo from Pizza Express. £100 million, DJ Samuel. What are we saying, guys? What are we saying? Spursy across the pond use Sean 15 for Danso and Modric shirts. Quality stuff, my man. Quality stuff. Butler's already on the sauce. I'm not on the sauce. I'm not. This is my first Magnum. And you know what? I don't like it, but the reason why I haven't guzzled it down is because Magnum is usually like tonicky. It's usually like quite thick and syrupy. I'm not sure if I bought like a fake batch, but this is just like warm wine. It's really sort of, there's no viscosity to it. You know, it does just taste like sickly wine. So I'm not really enjoying it. And thankfully, I've got 3 more behind it. Yeah. Yeah. Not liking it. Not liking it. Not liking it at all. Drewski's about to join. Let's see what Kate's saying. Oh, yeah. Kate can't make it. Kate can't make it. She's at her sister's. But you got some people coming in. Yeah, sweet berry wine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's my bomber for the boys? You are so classy, Sean. Wow. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Anyway, so we've got Alfredo Padula that's doing this one, right? He's saying that it's close. We've got to keep an eye out for anything else. What else we got going on today? Let's get the, where's the thing gone? Bookmarks. Ah, there you are. We've also got Graham Bailey. Graham Bailey, remember him? He was last year. He was my favourite guy last year. He used to bang out so many transfer stories. None of them ever landed. He then moved to Team Talk, and I kind of lost a little bit of respect because I feel like a bit shameless. Even I have shameless levels, you know. And Team Talk is pretty low down the pecking order. I don't know why he joined them, really. Like, I just feel like he's whatever. Tottenham Hotspur have been told by Sandro Tonali's camp that he is ready and willing to move to North London. Sources confirm Spurs are willing to break the bank for the Italian in terms of fee and his wages. Interesting. Nothing really new there, though. What about this one? Hotspur Lane. Who are these guys? I follow them, apparently, and he follows me, apparently. Oh, nice. Mutual Appreciation Society. Total agreement between Sandro Tonali for a contract until 2032. Tottenham are now confident to reach a deal with Newcastle to sign the midfielder who wants to leave Newcastle and has chosen to join Spurs. Roberto De Zerbi has had a key role. This is from Nicolo Shearer, who also said this morning that... Well, he said the same thing, basically. The deal is done. The deal is done. Now, I'm seeing £90 million elsewhere across Twitter, and I'm excited about it. Keep an eye out. Load of bollocks, says Chris Jaywell. Chris Jewell. What's Blaine saying? Let's have a look. Let's go to the chat. We're waiting for Bombas to drop. Bombas always drop, don't they? Just when we least expect it. Sean, if you enjoy the tonic wine, come to Belfast and introduce yourself to Buckfast, bro. Enough caffeine to kill a giraffe and thicker than gravy puts bollocks on your eyes. Hell, I want bollocks on my eyes. People call you a dickhead. Which I am, of course. But, if you know, you know. It is bloody. It's like drinking. It's like drinking cherry wine that's been in the fucking oven. Been in the oven. Letty needs to save up for Romero, says Eugenie. Yeah, listen. I follow you, Sean, but you don't follow me. Nothing mutual here. I don't follow you where? On Twitter? I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter, mate. I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter. Are we ready for the bones? For the dogs? Bombers are going to drop, and once they do, we're going straight over to... Oh, no, because it was Goldbridge. It was Goldbridge we wanted to drop the bone bomb, the bone emojis, didn't we? We want the puppy emoji, the bone emoji, the lion emoji, and one of those emojis all over Goldbridge's channels and platforms. But not about Tonali. Tonali's... That's just a red herring. When we were talking about that was the day before yesterday when Sizzy dropped the bomber that Fernandes was going to sign. Now what's going on? There's no Fernando. There was no Fernando from the Romano Bombers. The Rebombers. The bollocks on your eyes is Blaine teabagging you, Sean. Emma, how do you know what a teabagging is? You open yourself up like a can of baked beans there, Emma. Well, you enjoy a little bit of teabagging, do you? What are we doing here? You shouldn't know about that. You didn't know about that. What are we doing? What are we doing? Anything else going on? Dougal follows you. Bombas. Is there a bomber? Hayden? If this is my man, Hayden, let me give him the chat. Let me give him the link, see if he wants to come on and participate. Because right now we are simply playing the waiting game. Because like I say, Ornstein, Romano, Sizzy, they all get together in their own little group chat and they go, look, we've just got to wait a minute because Butler's not gone live yet. Is Tonali happening? I think it's 100% happening. I think Tottenham are getting Tonali. I think we're getting Fernandes. And I think we are going to get... I think we're going to get Savio. I'm not that mad about that one. Not that mad about that one. Sean is Sizzy. It all makes sense now. A man of many accounts. Man of many accounts, Dimamek. Hello? This is what we do. Anyway, we've got other stories. We've got Omar Marmoush to look forward to. Shall we have a look at that story? Let me see if I can find it on News Now. There's a story about Omar Marmoush. We got something out from Romano and Marcus Rashford as well, by the way. Romano's spoken. I haven't seen this one. He must have said it on his show. Let's have a look. Let me get this on the screen for you. What are we doing here? Spurs have been linked with a move for Manchester United and England winger Rashford in recent days, according to Fabrizio Romano. A deal could be on the cards, but there is nothing advanced. Many questions on Marcus Rashford and Tottenham. We had these links on Rashford. Get out of it. Had these links on Rashford and Tottenham and see if it's possible to see this deal happening. If Tottenham can go for Rashford, if Tottenham is a possibility being considered, my understanding at the moment between Rashford and Tottenham is that there is nothing advanced, nothing close, nothing realistic as of today. Well, that's a bit of a dead rubber. Look who's come in to join me, though. Look who's come in. Hey, you see, Mr. Broski.
Hello, guys. Sorry for the no bomba at the moment. Just wait. How's it going, brother? You all right?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm all right. Sorry, I got fucking held up and then waiting for my computer. It's like waiting for a certain Spurs podcast to go live. Yeah, so I was just fucking, I think I'm going to have to replace it soon because the WhatsApp took forever to update and I was just sitting here waiting to be able to press the link. So I apologise for my tardiness, but I hope you're well. Mate. Big up chat. Smash the like.
I held the fort for 20 minutes, you know?
Oh, well, I mean, it's what we do here. It's what we do.
It's what we do, baby. It's what we do. Are we getting a bomber tonight, Drewski? Should we stay live until something drops? I don't know what the quality of it has to be. I don't know what the quality of it. If an Ornstein or a Romano or a bomber. Now, what was it you called him earlier? Was it a Fabrizio Robomba? Was that what you said?
Drew Brizio Bombamano. That's going to be that's my alter ego. Hello, guys. Welcome back on the channel. Give you all the transfer news, updates, and clues. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Do you know what? I honestly think my third testicle will drop before a bomber tonight, if I'm honest with you.
You don't think anything can happen? Not even an update? Not even it's imminent, people?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Do I not think, am I being silly? Can they not? I mean, I suppose they could announce something, but I can't see any business. This is one of these things where they can't do any business before July 1st or something because of some end of year, I don't know, some finances thing that I'm not aware of. So I don't know.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
That whole thing is basically like some clubs are going to want to book the profits if they can next season or in their next financial year. Some might want to book it in this financial year to get round FFP. Right. As far as West Ham goes, it doesn't matter because Connor said that their year was finished in May rather than in June. So they're already in their next financial year.
Their year was finished when we sent them down. Get out of it.
By the way, we'll take some of your best talent on the way out the door. Listen, don't go yet, West Ham. Don't go yet. One last thing.
Hang on. Before you get on a coach. Brilliant.
Any chance we can lift a couple of those players?
As your Portuguese.
I know a bit of Portuguese. Obrigado, com licença, senhora. Duas vodka naranja, por favor.
There you go.
There you go.
Obrigado, Matthias.
Indy Kyler spouting. Is Indy Kyler dropped something? What are we doing here?
Indy Kyler sounds like a race car. Fucking hell, what are we doing here?
That's the KFC bloke, isn't it? Should we have a look, see what he said? He said something?
The Colonel.
Indy Kyler news. Has he dropped something? What are you doing here?
Still fucking...
Sitting with a high-level agent who may... Oh, he said... Oh, here we go.
Nah,
here we go.
He's all legs and wings, mate. He's all legs and wings.
What's he saying? This guy's a donut.
Hello.
He's all legs and wings, yeah. A bit of breast. Sitting with a high-level agent who mainly works for Arsenal. Brace yourselves for a bomber.
Sitting with a high-level...
Is he saying that they're going to come in? Is he going to? That's what he's not saying. That he's not at the football either. He's fucking cleaning out the oven at fucking KFC on the A10. What are we doing it?
Yeah. Look, where's the lids for the small? Hey, what are we doing here?
Can I have some more? Can I have some more ketchup, please, Indy? Is that all right?
All right. I want it out of the bottle, not out of them silly sachets either. You know.
Mate, what are we saying about Kinsky's new contract then?
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest with you, mate. I think he did himself no harm the back end of last season. And I think De Zerbi is going to put his stamp on this defence. I think, obviously, we've already got the three new guys coming in. And I think there's going to be a big old rejig of that central defensive unit as well. So I think I don't mind Dubravka coming in as well. I think he's a really, really sturdy backup for a season. And I know, ideally, you would have maybe liked something to stick around so you're not necessarily in the same spot next year. But with keepers nowadays, I mean, Dubravka could be there for 2-3 years. He could be another Michel Vorm. And if he's happy to play that role, then I'm happy for him to play it. I've got no problem with it. But yeah, as far as Kinsky, mate, let's get behind him. Pause.
Yeah. Apparently Arsenal have gone into talks with Tonali.
Of course they have. I knew this was going to fucking happen. And now I've got Flewers on something saying, oh, fucking, we're going to do it. Oh,
what's he saying?
Flewers was on something earlier. I saw a thumbnail and I didn't actually click it because I didn't want to tempt fate. But it looked like it had Fernandes in a fucking United top, and he was just giving some bollocks about United. Fernandes
on his own channel.
I think it was Terry Flewers TV as opposed to the Football Terrace.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look what this donut's saying. Oh yeah, here we go. Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal agreement. Fernandes to United back on 2 hours ago. Yeah. Nah. So I'd love it. I would love it if we beat them.
I know, right? I tell you what, right? Because I was possibly considering the beginning of this week in the back of my mind that this was 4D chess, and they were actually kind of putting all their eggs over here. But they were working on some stuff in the background, and actually Tonali was a little bit of a decoy, and I thought we'd end up going for Wharton, and everyone would go, what the fuck did that? What just happened? So I don't know. In a world, I don't know if I want to tempt fate or put it out in there, but in a world where we don't get either, what's the next move that doesn't make us look desperate and doesn't make us look like, we've had our pants pulled down yet again?
This is the problem. It's all about momentum. Like you put your eggs in
motion, isn't it? Isn't that the 2026 version of momentum? In motion.
Motion. Okay, it's all about the motion, right? Bro. About the flow of energy. And if Tottenham have gone after 4 players this summer, and they've got all 4 of them, the 5th and the 6th, they kind of need to drop as well. There's been a lot of talk. If Tonali ends up going to City or to Arsenal, and God forbid Fernandes ends up going to Manchester United, then not only is all of our work undone, but also the whole story about Tottenham being able to have that new draw, we're back, we're a power play, we can compete. All of that stuff falls apart a little bit as well, does it not?
I mean, I don't necessarily say fall. I mean, it's a kick in the nut. It's one of them ones where she really does clip one of them, and you're you know, the tears are rolling and you're a bit like, fuck, you know, I mean, it's a serious.
Put on my back wheels.
Yeah, you're seriously giving it the. I think one might have come out, and I think we need the hospital. Like, it's really, you really feel sick. And ladies, you'll understand, a little punch in the tit or something like that. One of them ones. It would hurt. It would hurt, but I don't know. I don't think. I think since I'll big up Eugene. What are you saying, mate? I think since Roberto's come in, I think he's changed. He's like, you know, stop whining, stop pissing, stop moaning. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll move on. Like, I'm kind of in that boat. Like, I'm sick of being the little brother that's always like not being pointed out to go and play football. If you're picked your last and you got to go in goal and all the big kids are just hammering the fucking ball at you. Like, I'm sick of this. Like, it's just, it is what it is. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not going to cry over something that I didn't have.
You feel a little bit of the energy pivot though. Like, I feel like the wind's been taken out of the room a little bit in the last 20 minutes. I can see people when we first came in tonight. Be up to you, Eugene. First came in tonight. Everyone was like, "Where's the Bombers?" I'm not in control of when the Bombers drop. You just know that the Bombers are going to drop at some point during the show. Even if we have to go through until tomorrow morning, there'll be something that will get us excited. Or otherwise, it could go the other way. But I feel like in the last 20 minutes, everyone is starting to go like, starting to feel like maybe we're going to get hijacked. Eugene, hi Eugene, rather than a hijack. How are you, mate? What you
Good.
saying?
That's why I came on. I feel anxiety, like I'm getting anxious. I have PTSD from last season, so I'm getting. I get the same feeling, Sean.
You got to relax about it. These things are going to happen. We've been told. Sissy told us. You know, Nicola Shearer, who's never actually worked anywhere in his life as a transfer specialist. He's told us it's on. That's good enough for me. Until it's not. Hello? What are we doing here?
Hey, I just want one. Just give me Fernandes or Tonali. If we get one and not both, at least I'll be okay with that. But if we get neither, the meltdown will be epic.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to take half an hour off from YouTube. You know, who am I kidding? Bombers, the content's still got a content. I'll just turn back and say, see, I told you, these Enoch bozos, lipstick on a pig, nothing's changed. Where's my chairman? This would never have happened. Oh, no, maybe it would have done.
Watch, we're going to get like Suchek and Jolinton or something, and it's going to be a meltdown. So let's hope this happens.
Yeah.
But, Sean, I agree with you about Ramos. I'm pretty annoyed too.
Yeah, we screwed up there massively.
Yeah, Ramos was the guy.
Yeah. Where do we go instead?
I mean, who else is out there as a nine? I mean, not many options, mate.
Omar Marmoush?
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna want what, like 80 million for him, and he's injury prone. I haven't been impressed. But
I got one of those pictures in my head. It's black and white, and it's a big fucking World War II bomb that hasn't gone off, and there's a couple of dudes around it just going, "What?" Like, you know what I mean? They're just, I don't know, mate.
Hello.
Any minute now, right?
Shall I hit it with the shovel? No.
Right. Right.
Don't hit it with a bloody shovel.
All right, hear me out. And I don't know if it's recency bias, but hear me out, because I couldn't stand the guy, especially when we played him back end of the season. But Brian Broby isn't. Do you think he's just like, you think he's Richalison 2.0, or you think there's something there? Because I've seen him in bits during the World Cup. And I've seen him be a bit of a handful for a couple of centre-backs, actually being a handful for the pair of centre-backs, pushing them back to the point where it gives Holland a lot more space to actually push up. But the downside is I'm not entirely sure I want so many Dutch people in the team that it becomes one of those situations where, you know what I mean? Because they're a bit volatile. You get to a World Cup, you know, you're never quite sure. Like, somebody might throw a spanner in it, and they might just all end up falling out with each other. and I don't
Are you
need that.
saying one
need that in my life.
Dutchman's fine, but several is a
I'd
problem?
say a couple of Dutchmen. I'd even say 3 Dutchmen, which is what because we got, you got Javi, you got Van der Ven, and you got Van Hecker.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to be in a position where we're what the Van Hecker is going on. Do you know what I mean?
But are they always arguing, or do they just sound like they're arguing because their language is quite an aggressive language, isn't it?
They love it, mate. They love it.
It's in the old days, though, with like Schneider and the crew. I remember there was
that lot, old school.
Yeah,
just like the French. You never sure. A little bit of volatility. You know what I mean? Red wine's a little too warm, and all of a sudden.
Yeah. But these things are. I've realised. I was trying to figure out why is it I've had like 12 arguments in the last 12 days. And I was like, what's the common theme here? Is it the heat? Possibly. Is it the fact that four Magnums turns me from a little bit of a good mood to an argumentative, ready to rip someone's throat out type of guy? Maybe. I feel like there's something about this warm wine in warm weather thing. I'm not sure if it really works.
Yeah.
I'm only on my second, so we're okay for now, guys. We're okay for now.
Fucking hell.
So what are we saying then? Are we sitting here? Ones and zeros in the chat. I'm gonna do some super chats, but ones and zeros in the chat. If you were 100% confident of getting someone, in fact, not ones and zeros, somewhere between 1 and 99, how confident are you right now? Put in a percentile, in a number format, or if you're really smart, do it in Roman numerals. We make people figure it out that way. A bit of education on it over the evening. How confident we are that we're going to get one or both of these guys coming in Friday night bombers. They are going to bomb. So let me know between 1 and 99, what percentage are we? Jack Spurs has gone to 0 straight out of the gates.
Fucking right out of the rip.
Ben.
9%. No magnums, no party. 100%. 100% both, says Zedia. That's what I'm talking about. EG's on the 0. I'll look at you lot. You're all turning. You're all turning. There's no. What does V mean in Roman numerals? Is that 5? No, that's not 5.
10. 10, isn't it?
No, these are 5.
Oh, no, it's 5. Yeah, it's 5.
Come on, Drew.
I just went to look up 50-50 or what is 50, and it's an L, and I don't know that I want that. I don't know. Isn't it?
It's 2 L's 100 then.
I don't know. It's 2 L's 100. Almost like 2 birds in a bush.
Everyone's dropping. Everyone's dropping. Chirpy staying confident. 30%, 20%, 5%, 0%. Scott M. That standard from Scott.
Oh, 100. A fucking 100 is C. 100 is C, innit? For the century. Of course it is.
Scott M coming in with a 0. Not that shocked. Not that shocked. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let me get a couple of these super chit chats done. Tony Rodriguez says we must sign a left winger, a right winger, and a striker ASAP. Yeah. Any other names on the left wing march that you guys will be looking at?
I mean, as I said before, I would take Fofana for 30 million.
Who, Eugene?
Fofana for 30 million. I mean, it's a bargain.
Given
that he's coming off a big injury, I just don't want to pay 70 million for Savio or Gakpo. Not a big fan. So if we can get Fofana for 30, I'm game.
Yeah. Right wing?
I mean, Kudus. No.
Yeah, but if
Kudus and Tel on the right should be sufficient.
If Kudus gets injured, we're back to fuck again, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at our squad, Kudus and Tel on the right should be decent enough. So I feel like they can do a job. We're not going to buy 7 starters.
Emma in the chat's got a shout. Emma Morton, Leo. I'll tell you what, did you see his goal the other night? See how well he took his goal?
Oh, mate, he's so hit and miss, though.
Not a fan, man. Not a fan. He's too volatile.
He was just talking to us about teabagging a minute ago.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the girl seems like wifey material. She knows her football. She loves a teabag. I mean, what are we doing here? Emma, if you're listening, you sound
Big
like
up,
wifey
Emma.
material.
We love you, Emma. Don't know what you look like, how old you are, who you are, anything else, but yeah, you're good enough for us. Good enough for the community. We love it. At Cleuche says Eric Morford. Don't mind that one. I wouldn't mind that one. Emma, marry me. Look,
Oh,
teabagging. Oh, Jesus Christ. Shameless. We're simple creatures, aren't we, us men? You know?
But we know that
Wearing
Emma is
Roger
a
Rabbit.
female. Nowadays, you never know. So I'm just saying, be careful.
100%. Big up to Barry Bandana. What a name. Barry Bandana says, get Fernandes over the line and stop effing about. If we're a few million away, just eat the price and do it. This is what I don't understand, right? Like, how can Tottenham be like imminently close to both, but yet not concrete with either? You know, do one at a time. Like we're trying to. Do you think we're going to end up with just one of them? And the whole story is that we're going to try and get both, but actually we just want one because even though they're different styles of midfielders, they are arguably similar-ish enough in profile that you could make an argument that Tottenham need a different profile to complement it.
You know, I'm afraid their agents are using us to establish a price, and they're waiting for bigger clubs to come in. That's my fear. So I hope I'm wrong, but maybe once, like, you know, they established 80 million for Fernandes, maybe they're waiting for United to match it. I'm not sure, but that's my fear.
Big up to you, Barry. Thank you very much indeed. Blaine's coming as well, saying, chat, I want honest opinions. Who looks worse with their cap off? One's for Butler, zeros for Eugene. Eugene, take your cap off.
Oh man, I was expecting a little dude in a chair with like levers.
Hey, Sonny, SpursTalkShow trip to Turkey.
So I'm almost there with you, boys. I'm almost there with you. I've got a little bit of hair that's covering
You're
it.
absolutely fucking fine, bro.
Whatever, mate. Whatever. You don't get too close; it'll bite you.
Don't rub it in, Drew.
Ones or zeros, chat. Trip to Turkey.
Eugene's getting it. Eugene's getting it bad in the one. He looks worse. Sorry, Eugenie. I win this round.
Yeah, much worse.
I've been married for a long time, so that's what happens.
Ah, no, you're telling me it doesn't matter for you, but it matters for me, yeah? It matters for me. Still single. Bugsy don't care. Bugsy doesn't mind. She's my girl. Fuck you, Gareth Osborne. You can fuck. Time him out. Give him a ban.
Time him out. Get him off. I think he said Bomba earlier as well when there wasn't one. Get him out.
Kick him out, chat. Kick him out. Ban him. That'll learn him. Ban him.
But just for a few moments. We need the viewership. Come on.
100%. And Jason stops. You can piss off as well, mate. Get out of it. Get out of it. Big up to you, though. Big up to you, Blaine, for the super chat, my man. Causing all sorts of strife in the chat. Vice City, like my man Cat Funt says, we're going to food chain Manu with Fernandes. That's a bit positive, isn't it? I feel like the energy's been sucked out of the room a little bit there's no bombers in the first 45 minutes of the show.
Right.
And so the bombers that are dropping, the news that is sort of percolating is that there's suddenly more competition than we thought. Are we... Listen, let me ask you guys this. If we end up with both of them, and if it's true that Arsenal did have an interest in Newcastle's Sandro Tonali, if City were asked to be informed, but he said, no, I'm going to go Tottenham. And if Fernandes does come to Tottenham over United, what does that do for the pursuit of the rest of the summer transfer window? Does it elevate Tottenham in terms of like a draw? Because other players would sit there and think, you know what? Like those big names went to Tottenham. There's something going on at Tottenham. I'll take a meeting. I'll listen to their story. I'll listen to their project.
For sure, no doubt.
But what happens if we lose out? Who do we go to next? There's still a lot of midfielders out there that you'd consider, right? You still consider Manu Kone. You'd still consider Adam Wharton. You'd still consider. I don't know. I'd go for Ibrahim Sangare from Nottingham Forest. I think he's a quality player. Danilo from Porto.
But that's the thing, mate. Like, how many midfielders out there will actually like elevate us? Like Wharton, I don't think he's gonna come. He'll probably head it to Liverpool. So if no Wharton, no Tonali, no Fernandes, I'm not sure.
Dude,
then
I think. Sorry, just talk over you, but I think Liverpool got a bit too much to do elsewhere. And I think that if they, because you've got to think that Szoboszlai was utilised in the wrong positions, like we've had to do with players in the last couple of seasons. And if they can get him back in midfield regularly and carry on getting, I mean, I don't know, McAllister might move on, but there's a chance you put Szoboszlai back in, you get Matune out of McAllister again, and then all of a sudden you're not as needy for something like that. And you certainly can't fork out another 80, 90, 100 million, because you did that 3 times last year. I mean, maybe they can. But I don't know. I feel like if the chips fall that way and Tonali ends up going that lot up the road and Fernandes ends up going to United or something, then I think it just closes the amount of places that Wharton can go. And I think Wharton wants, I guess he's got European football potentially next year. I just think he wants something a little bit bigger. But I don't know. That's all hypothesis. But I don't know. There's a bit more of a chance than I think we're giving him credit for, maybe.
I don't know. I really wanted Gibbs White, but now it's not going to happen since they got a bunch of money for Anderson. But Gibbs White was my first choice. He'd be perfect for us.
Dembele again, 2-0 in the game. Wowzers.
I mean, I guess the one possibility, I know with the Gibbs White, I mean, you do have the possibility that if they, and here's my concern, that Forest or somebody like a Forest take a Berghvall, and 2 years from now, Berghvall's doing something that, doing the Elliot Anderson or something, and all of a sudden he's worth 80, 90, 100 million, and they sell him for that, and we're standing there going, oh, look what we've done. And that's one of the possibilities in a multiverse of possibilities, but it would just be us that would fucking happen.
I don't know what's going on with this energy in the chat, energy in the room. It's like we've had the jam taken out of our donut for no reason at all. What has changed, people? Just because I promised bombers and they haven't yet dropped, it doesn't mean they're not about to get lit. It can happen at any minute. In the meantime, all we're going off of is the fact that Terry Bloody Flewers has put out a story saying is United Tonali is Fernandes United back on. He's as shameless as I am with the clickbaits. He's as shameless as I am. There's nothing to believe in him.
Let's turn around this emotional tankeration. Emma, you know what to do. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around.
It's PTSD, I'm telling you.
Bombers drop between 8 and 9:30. That's what happens, okay? I know there's a game of football on, which is why some people, like Romano's probably got one eye on the game rather than, pushing for the message. But don't worry about it. It's right. It's the hour of the Bombers art. These are going to drop. They're going to drop. And if they don't, we keep going anyway. What we do here? We'll have to do a quiz or something. Or I don't know, we'll get out the guitar and start doing some impressions.
Can we do Kumbaya?
Oh, yeah. I'll get Sandro Tonali's face on the AI thing, and then I'll sing a song, Sing a song. I can feel it coming tonight. Listen to Butler, Scott Amos. Don't turn around now, Scott. I remember what you said, bro. You thought we were getting nobody. And you know what? Tonight, I think you're feeling like you're a little bit more confident about being right about that. Because I've got Eugene on the blower. And Eugene is like, traditionally thought of as Mr. Pessimistic in life,
In life.
Really?
Not in life.
In life.
In football,
come on now.
In football life.
Yeah. All right. I was like, in life. That's a bit strong.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't know me, bro.
Exactly.
You don't know where I come from, bro.
Yeah. How's the
he's pulling a Dempsey, isn't he? He's doing a Dempsey.
Half an hour, I gotta make a trade. A 10-minute trade, so I'll jump off and jump back on. So whether I'll be really happy or really upset.
What's the trade?
Hey, I cannot disclose it, but it's gonna be here live. It's gonna be live. You're gonna see my instant reaction live.
So they're gonna get a bomber either way.
Yeah, exactly. If I drop off,
bomber.
If I drop off, it means I jumped off the balcony. So there's gonna be a bomber as well.
This is why everyone's getting a little bit pessimistic.
Double-ended bomber, boys. Whoa.
Everyone's terrified of Arsenal exploring moves for Tonali. Let's just remind everybody, Arsenal put in a £50 million bid for Bruno Guimaraes. 50 million for one of the best midfielders in the game. What, are they really going to go and make 100 million quid for Tonali? Newcastle aren't going to sell Tonali to Newcastle for less money than what they could get from Tottenham, right? It's not in their interest. So they'll accept the highest bid, and then Tonali has to make his decision. And Tonali, according to all reports, has already decided he's more than willing to come to Tottenham. I don't know why we're getting... I think everyone's getting a little bit pessimistic, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried. What is up with you lot in the chat? What is going on, people? I don't need this energy on a Friday night because I'm already pissed off that these I feel like I've got myself a fake patch of Magno. They just don't taste the same. I feel like I'm going to get, I don't know, something horrible is going to happen in my belly in a little while. What are we doing here? Everyone is
in Arsenal.
Well, end the stream, Dave.
Oh, sorry, Sean. I was about to say, why would Arsenal want him? Like, where does he fit? They have Zubi, Rice, as in Odegaard. Like, they need a left winger and a striker potentially. So I don't know if they need Tonali, but who knows? What do I know?
I mean, that's a valid point. Do we in that case, do you think Newcastle's going to let both of them go in one summer?
No.
Both of who?
Same thing as
Tonali
Spurs.
no, they definitely won't do. And also Anthony Gordon. No chance.
No
Newcastle's entire strength was their midfield last year, which was Tonali, Guimaraes, and Joel Linton. They're not going to let 66% of that strength disappear in one season, in one summer.
Right.
But if Arsenal were to come back and bid 140 million quid or something for Guimaraes, then the Newcastle will turn around and go, all right, we'll do that one, and then we'll keep Sandro Tonali. But then Tonali wants to leave. He's made it clear he wants out. He doesn't want to play for Eddie Howe anymore. And I don't think Guimaraes has done that one so far. He hasn't said that.
True.
Do you know what? This is what we need at this time like this, because I feel like the energy in the room is really poor. We need something to cheer everybody up. Looking back. Come on, everybody. Come on now. What's going on?
Come on now.
A bomber. Poch has been offered a USA contract extension.
Yeah.
All right.
Done all right, though.
Best thing that happened to the US men's national team. Look at him. Look at him go.
What happened in the game last night? Did you end up winning that game last night?
No, we gave up a goal like with 1 second left and we lost, but it's okay. We played our C team, so Turkey is shocking, by the way. I'm so surprised. They have top players and they're not good.
Udogie is, don't he?
Yeah, Yildiz is. They have top good players.
Koglu's a great player. Yildiz.
What's the deal with Yildiz? Is he still at Juventus?
Yeah, top player, but
good player. Good player.
Top player.
Good team.
Top player. Why is it? Be up to you, Danny. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, boys. How you doing?
All right. Camera on, or are you cooking or something?
No.
The naked chef.
I'm literally naked. I am literally naked.
Naked chef.
It's in Amsterdam. It's a record heat ever recorded. 38 degrees today.
And you think being naked makes it slightly less hotter than having a pair of underwear on?
No, I've got underwear on, but that's about it.
Okay.
All right.
Mate, it's making me feel slightly more horny, if anyone cares.
Come on, Danny, show your face.
These magnums are fucking A-OK, if anyone cares.
Put your socks on.
My apartment right now is 33 degrees inside. It's just too hot. It's too hot.
You have no AC?
Do you think this country's built for AC like the UK? No chance.
That's what I'm asking. I have no idea.
I wish I had AC. I've got a fan that's blowing out hot air, so that's something.
I saw a life hack, Danny. You want to try it? You get a couple of water bottles, you freeze
I've done it.
them, you gaffer tape them to the and you get
it works. It actually works. No, it actually works. Yeah, no, it genuinely works. It works. It works until the because it's so hot, obviously, until the ice melts, and then you have to fucking get another bottle or something. I use the ice packs.
You freeze water bottles and gaffer tape them to the back of a fan, and it sucks the air through the cold water bottle and actually kind of gives you like a blast of cold air for the time that the water bottle's ice.
So I just put
Yeah,
bottles of
behind
water.
that. Yeah, like you gaffer tape a little.
Yeah.
Gaffer tape an ice
You
water bottle behind that.
put ice water bottles, 2 of them behind, like do it with like some gaffer tape or was it a cable tie or something like that.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a bottle of water, or could it not just be like an
No,
ice
it
pack?
has to be. No, it has to be an ice pack work. That's what I use. 2 ice packs.
Just a big
Would a Magnum work?
Cheeky Magnum.
2 Magnums?
When I saw the
cold?
video, I saw the videos on YouTube and I was like, nah, that doesn't work. That's rubbish.
No, it
And then
does.
I actually tried it and it actually fucking works. But it worked for about an hour. So at least I got some chilled air for about an hour, which is better than like getting blown hot air into my face.
Yeah, that was
Fair enough,
fucking
fair enough.
Agent 47's joined us. You know?
Adam, Agent 47.
Yeah, look
How
who's
are you,
here.
man?
It wasn't intentional. You guys said AC 3 times when I was summoned.
Yeah, nice.
Oh
nice.
shit! Yeah. Nice.
My bad.
Beetlejuice. I like
Sorry,
that. I like
boys.
that. We've got another one coming in. Who else
Less
is there?
Beetlejuice, bit
Whoa.
more candy, man. Isn't it?
All right.
What's going on, Adam? You all right, mate?
Yeah,
How you
not too
doing?
bad. The voice is a little bit hoarse. I have no idea what the heck's going on. I think I was doing a little bit too much coughing lately, and I hope you can hear me all right. But yeah, doing all good. Got the Brazilian clobber all over the house to root for the wife's team.
Oh, have you?
Good times.
Oh, nice.
Good
I see.
times.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, very
There
nice.
he
You're,
is.
you're doing all right, mate. You're doing all right. Let me just
Viva Brazil.
let me bring in.
Viva
How
Brazil.
do I do this? I need to make this a bit smaller, make a bit of space for someone else who's coming in. Just whilst I'm doing this, let me just quickly also at the same. Give me stay there for 2 seconds. Score draw lock in the background. Let me bring you in now, and I just need to add an extra camera slot. And then we've got you in here, mate. You should be okay. You should be okay.
I'm
Everyone
going to
should
jump
be
off in a bit
rough.
to make room for others. So,
There we
I'll
go.
get back
Now
into
everyone's
You
back.
got to make that trade, innit? You got to make that trade.
but it's a 2 out of
Big
10.
up to you, Adam. Score draw. I have to call AC. We're going to call you AC, and Adam. We're going to call you Adam. Okay, there's 2 Adams in the house. Before I bring you in, Adam, I need to get some super chiddly chit chats done. Spurs 6659 says anyone but Savio. I like Balogun. Yeah, I like Balogun, but I think Monaco want a fortune. His price is going to double after the World Cup in all probability, and he's ex-Arsenal, so I don't know how we feel about that one. Big up to you, then, mate. Vice Live, Vice City Cat Fun says, "Sure, my new name is because I'm gonna stream GTA 6 stuff." Oh, Vice City. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Whenever that I reckon GTA 6 will drop before Tottenham get a bomber at this rate. It's ridiculous, you know. Absolutely insane. We've been waiting so long. We've been waiting at least 24 hours since the last bomber.
Who's bringing the energy down now, Sean?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
how dare I? I'm bringing the energy back up. Big up to you, Cat Fun.
We're signing both of them.
We are signing.
Go on, Danny.
That's what I'm talking about.
ITK?
Yeah,
Danny
that's what
ITK.
I'm
There you
talking
go.
about.
No. It's just my ridiculous delusional hope and belief.
I remember
heat
a
stroke.
period not that long ago, about a year ago, when Danny was like, "Guys, this fucking football club, the owners are fucking shit, the team are fucking shit, the players are fucking shit, everything's shit, shoot me now, everything's horrible." And all of a sudden,
It's the
Danny's
De Zerbi
like, "Oh,
effect.
that wasn't the case." He's saying, "Oh, I always back Tel. I always back De Zerbi. I always back. We're fine. We're back, baby. We're back." And Danny, you must be living on a different planet, bro. I remember I've experienced them for the last 4 years. I know the sort of fan that you are, and it's generally a pessimistic, miserable donut.
No, I'm definitely not pessimistic.
He's overheated. It's the heat.
I'm anything but pessimistic. If anything, you should see in some of the group chats, I get fucking hounded because of how positive and maybe delusional in that sense of what I think can happen at Spurs.
I know how you feel, Danny. I get the same treatment.
Outrageous. Let me get the rest of these super chats quickly. Matt C says, from a tier 1 source I know, Tonali seen filming his welcome to Spurs at the Grosvenor Casino in London, wearing our Bet 365 warm-up kit. Matt C, listen, that sort of thing is so specific that we're not going to forget this one. If that's true, I will forever dom you as a bomber king, a bomber domber. Okay?
Why
But
would
if
he
you turn
be-
out to know the bollocks, then you're forever going to be banned.
Of all the things, he's in the
We're going
Grosvenor
full
Casino.
tracksuit. Grosvenor full tracky.
He's doing that advertisement. Yeah, he's doing the advertisement.
Unless you're wearing a collar, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You have to wear a smart dress code in the Grosvenor. What we doing?
Oh, he's wearing the 125-year anniversary kit. Then got a collar on it. And you know what? You better believe he's got it popped as well.
100%. It's what the Italians do, bro. Matt, I'd love it if that's true, my man. I'd love it if that's true. Well done, buddy. Big up to you. Great super chat. Sunny is live saying, I listened to Terry's thing and he isn't saying Fernandes is picking Man U. So it's just a shameless clickbait, is it?
Absolutely.
Hey, facts don't matter.
I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet or not, but if you could only choose between one of the two of them, who do you want?
Fernandes.
Everyone's saying Fernandes?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think I feel the same way, yeah. Which is strange when you think about it, because on paper, Tonali is probably, he's the one that's going to cost the most money. He's the most sought after, got the most experience. But I think,
has he got the most experience? I'm pretty
sure. Does he have the better passing range?
Tonali's been here 3 years in the English league and he's played 74 games. He's a raging addict that could.
Well, he was banned for a year playing with as well. Remember, Sean?
That's what I mean, right? So it's like he's got that potential, and I wish him well with his problems. But that could rear its ugly head at any point in time, and it takes one to know one. But I've got more vices than. What was that, Danny? What did you say there, mate?
That was wild.
Danny's having a heat stroke for sure. Danny, come on, mate. I'm worried. What's going on?
But
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be very concerned when we do sign Tonali and he wears the 888.
Well, look,
I don't even know what that means.
Every day
a betting company, isn't it? 888 betting company. So
every single day at training, he's going to put on a t-shirt that's got Bet MGM written all over it.
Have a word.
He's going to be tipping every day.
Have a word.
You teased every day of the week. I don't know why we gave Gallagher the number 8, by the way. That is absolutely mental.
Dude,
how did that happen?
I don't know why we signed him in the first place. That guy needs to go.
Sure, but we have him. You know what I mean? And eight would be an ideal number for either Fernandes or Tonali, and we've given it to Gallagher.
Yeah, but I think that's harsh. I think that's harsh.
He's not going to be in the first 11, Adam, is he?
No.
Well, he might not be. Look, at the end of the day, it's about creating competition. So, like the way I think people are looking at it very short term. I'm already thinking at the end of next season. So I'm thinking to myself, if we bring these players in and we build the squad that we like to see that will be being built with these players coming in and this money being spent, if then we get in a position of Europe next season, which I would like to think that we would. The other thing as well is that a lot of people, I don't understand why people are not talking about this, is that the fact that there's 9 teams? Is it 8 or 9 teams that are in Europe this season?
Yeah, 9 teams in Europe this season.
Yeah.
9 teams in Europe this season. They're going to be stretched to fuck, right? They are going to be stretched to fuck. They're not going to know the Brightons and the Bournemouths and the whatever the fucks of this world. They're not going to be used to that shit, right? And you know what? When we get to January, we'll reassess. But you know what? Next summer, if we manage to get a place in Europe at the end of this season, whether it be Europa League, whether it be the Conference, whether it be Champions League, right? I think we've got to be aiming for Champions League if we're signing the players and we're trying to hit the heights that we're playing at, that we're spending the money on. Then at the end of the day, at the end of next season, that's when they reassess. We're going to be reassessing a squad that is night and day from the squad that we're reassessing now. And has all these other clubs gone out and have they got the depth to cope with this? This is going to be a real test for a lot of teams. I'm telling you, I think you're going to see some teams that have been like the Brightons and the Bournemouths and teams like that have been up there. I mean, look what happened to Newcastle this year. They got a prime example.
They don't win games. Go on.
Adam. AC.
Yeah, I was just saying that Newcastle don't win games if Bruno Guimaraes is not playing. So, that shows how desperate they are to keep him in the team. I can't understand selling him whatsoever. If Arsenal are really after him, Newcastle are they're screwed, because when he doesn't play, they're useless.
We've been over £100 million, right?
I'm talking about all the teams in Europe. All the teams in Europe. They're not in Europe this year.
Who's not in Europe this year? Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle aren't in Europe this year.
They're not in Europe this season.
Adam,
I'm talking about the teams that are going into Europe next season.
Sure. And there's the other variable as well, which gives Tottenham an opportunity, is how much disruption is there going to be at all of the bigger clubs. Like Manchester United, sort of a new permanent manager in there a while, right? Like
so many.
But they haven't got the money to be able to drop hundreds and hundreds of millions of quid. They've got to finance the new stadium. They don't know how much it's going to cost. The price of oil is through the roof and has been for a long time. If there's any more disruption in the Iran thing, then if that price of oil continues to stay high for an extended period of time, that's just going to the knock-on effect of everything when it comes to their raising of debt, raising interest rates, the cost of materials, the cost of labor, everything's going to go through the roof. Can they really afford to go and drop 200 million this summer when they've got all of that stuff to think about in the background? Right, that's a problem. Manchester City, new manager, right? Is the guy, the ex-man, the Maresca, is he really going to come in with the same gravitas as Pep Guardiola? Pep Guardiola has been at City for so long; it was his place. How much turmoil did Manchester United go through? How long has it taken them to? Well, they haven't anything like what they had when Alex Ferguson left, right?
The only thing going for him, though, Sean, right, is that he was there before because Maresca was number 2. So there is that overlap. But I get where you're coming from.
A lot of the players that are at Manchester City now are not there when he was the number 2. A lot of them are leaving.
Right. But I think probably from a hierarchical point of view, like working upward is going to be a lot easier in terms of the integration. But yeah, certainly I know it's still an unknown, right? I still completely get where you're coming from.
Plus the 115 charges, that whole thing could drop at any particular point in time. So big up to you, Adam's got the Magnums as well, bro. Love to see it. Magnums.
Well then, also I guess Chelsea and Liverpool as well, right?
Right, so Chelsea, new manager, Xabi Alonso. Plus, they've got their own financial problems. They have to raise a lot of money. They've got to sell a lot of their players. Is Cole Palmer, who's their maestro, is he going to leave? And what about Enzo? What about Caicedo? There's links for all these people that might be leaving their football club. What are they going to do? Are they still going to stick to the same metric? Lots of unknowns there. Liverpool, new manager, right? The guy from Bournemouth. And wherever he's gone, he started slowly. Yeah. Then you go to Arsenal. Okay, Arsenal are stable, right? Arsenal have got all the money in the world. They're stable. They're settled. They can do what they want. So fair enough. Next year, they're probably going to win the league at a canter in all likelihood. Fair enough. Aston Villa.
I don't think they are.
Okay, we'll come back to it in just a second, Adam. But just let me finish. Aston Villa, the other one. Aston Villa, obviously in the Champions League. Can they handle multiple competitions? Well, they finally got some money, but at the same time, they have to drop down to a 70% threshold on their wage to turnover ratio, which becomes easier when the denominator gets raised because of the 100 million quid they're going to get from being in the Champions League. But they're still going to have that limitation. That's going to sort of put a bit of a blocker effect on their ability to go and spend money. So, and a few players are getting old at Villa. They're going to have to transfer. And who have they just bought? They're trying to buy Emerson fucking Royale, right? So like that's a statement of like where they're at financially. They're in the Champions League. And they're bringing back, and Morgan Rogers is about to leave their football club as well, Drew. Exactly. So to your point, Adam, I'm sort of talking your point up here that actually not being in Europe, having the 85% threshold in our spend, having the injections of capital, having De Zerbi, getting a couple of these bigger numbers, like these bigger midfielders across the line. If we can finish the job here and get Tonali, get Fernandes, and then move up the pitch and get someone else to come in the striker role, and also on the left wing, then Tottenham really do have an opportunity next season to be able to take advantage of all of the other unknowns and the variables and the connotations that are emerging for most of our traditional competition. Now, people might say, well, our competition next year is Coventry because we might be going down. Well, let's hope that we can get back to somewhere where we have been for the last 15 years around the top 4 conversation. And if so, there's no reason why Tottenham can't get into the Champions League with a good shout. We've got one game a week for the most part.
I want to come in with can I come in and also add to something that I've noticed you've been saying on the lives the last few days, which is you bang on the money. it's about giving. You know, where people have been talking about like us revealing that this money injection, right? And it's like showing your cards, sort of thing, right? And I look at that in another way as well. Is that I was thinking about this earlier. It was really going through my head earlier, and I was thinking because it's a lot of mind games going on, and I thought to myself, but the other thing is that all right, okay, you allow clubs to know that there is a cash injection. Come on, they're not stupid anyway. But on the other side of it is that if you are a player of the ilk of someone like a Tonali or Fernandes, like, and you're contemplating joining this club, and you're like, well, wait a minute, am I just the own? Because I know that I can look at that team right now, and I know that there's look at their attack, look at this, look at that, right? At the end of the day, doesn't that also flip the other way as well to certain players and sort of think to themselves, okay, it gives the clubs maybe a little bit of what's the word like leverage with the price, but also it gives the players that are coming also a little bit of idea that, well, do you know what? I'm not going to be the only big name in the door this summer. There's going to be someone else to follow. There's going to be someone else to follow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you, mate. 100%. That's what the point we've been making is about. For me, I don't. Yeah, the motion thing. I don't want Tottenham to miss out on one of these two. Like, if we end up getting Fernandes or Tonali, and then the other one goes somewhere else, that's okay. Because I think that maybe there's a chance. There's a chance that Tottenham don't really want both. They're just dangling the carrot to see who accepts the first one, and then we move on somewhere else. There might be some 4D chess going on, but ultimately, if Tottenham really do want both, then and if they do get both, it's massively momentum creation going on here. But if you lose out on both of them, and not only does it like set you back because they probably backed on going, you know what, let's have a conversation with the player for both of them. And they've convinced both of those players to come to Tottenham, or at least they think they have. And then they've gone to those clubs and they've offered obscene money. Let's be honest, right? £100 million for Tonali, or more than 100 million quid. Like that Padula is saying, it's obscene amount of money. Like we are massively overpaying for Sandro Tonali. He's played 74 games in 3 years. He's not a world-class player. He really isn't. Like he's second tier to that. He's a great player, but he's not a world-class player. But if Tottenham are like sort of going, that's the guy that I want. That's the guy that we think is reasonably achievable. If we overpay to a certain degree, and we've spoken to the guy, and then if it turns out that the agent and the player then go, yeah, I'll join Tottenham, but really I'm wishing for Arsenal, and Arsenal just pick up the phone and go, we'll match Tottenham. Tonali, do you want to come here? And he goes, yep, see you later. I'm going to Arsenal. And if that here we go drops, not only is that like, well, we've wasted 2 weeks trying to build a plan around him, but also the momentum is like completely like just, and then you get back to the element of the Tottenham fans again that just can't wait to say, you know, just to lean into the negative and say it's happened again. How could you let it happen again? It happened first time with Eze. Now it's happened again. Like, unfortunately, you're not in control of every part of the negotiation. All you can do as a football club is put your best foot forward and do what you've got to do, say what you've got to say to convince the football club to sell to you and the player to want to agree to come. And if all of those things have been ticked, but then Arsenal pick up the phone to Newcastle last minute and say, we'll pay it. We'll pay it right now. Then if you're getting fucked over in that regard, I can't blame ENIC right now, to summarise, if we've offered £100 million and Tonali says he wants to come or he would come, and then Arsenal pick up the phone and say, have you accepted the deal? Okay, we'll match it. We'll match the terms. And then he goes to Arsenal. You can't really blame ENIC for that, right?
How dare you, Sean?
At the same time, Sean, I'd rather that happen now than at the end of the fucking window.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean? And the other thing is, okay, maybe the way that Spurs have approached this and that information's being released, it's like they've walked in a fucking brass house and they've opened their wallet and it's full of fucking 50s, and then they've asked the fucking brass, how much is it for 15 minutes? Do you know what I mean? They might have played it the wrong way. Sorry, that was a fucked up analogy. But you know what I mean? They've done what they've done, but the money needs to be known that it's out there. It's out there. The money's out there. Sorry, was that a bit rough?
No, I mean, it's,
Wild, I know.
If there's any channel where brasses are mentioned, it's going to be on this one.
it's
So.
going to be right. Very true.
Personally, I don't think it's all that big. It's all that big of a deal, considering that like Spurs are well known to be a rich club. I think people are always going to charge Spurs a premium because we have money. We've always had money. We haven't spent it because the people who held the purse strings, the kind of people that they were, what they chose to do with the money. But at the end of the day, we had money, and I think Spurs were always charged a premium. I don't think that's really changed massively because suddenly $1 million has gone into the coffers. I just don't think that's the case. And even if we do get gazumped on a number of players, like I made a point in the group the other day of saying like there's like 8 central midfielders out there I'd be perfectly happy to see come in. And you still got Alex Scott, Adam Wharton. I know you don't like Baleba, Sean, but like if De Zerbi wanted him, as far as I'm concerned, any two of 8 or 9 central midfielders I'd be very happy with.
You know what as well, Adam, to add as well, like I think people got to look at it from the aspect of we're not targeting tier 3, 4 level kind of players, right? We're targeting some of the best players around in the Premier League and and around, right? And we have been doing that. We did it last summer too, right? So if we don't get Tonali and Fernandes purely because the other clubs like Man City or Man United or Arsenal come in and offer the exact same terms and money and the player chooses the club, you can't knock Spurs for trying, because when you are actively going out on a limb to go and get those players, right? And at the moment, the basis looks like that no one can match the terms in terms of wages that we would actually be willing to offer, and in terms of the actual financial package, right? Then if that is the case, then it is another bit of evidence that money talks, right? But
it's not always that, Danny. Because
hold on.
Sorry, go on. No.
Not only that, right? But you have to look at it as that we're going after players who can actually immediately improve us, right? Which we haven't done in the past. So I'd expect, and look, let's be honest, if we weren't to get those players, there are other players out there we can get, right?
Yep.
There are so many more players, right? Who probably would even cost nowhere near the amount of money that Tonali and Fernandes would cost, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So for me, yes, it will be a bit disappointing, right? But I won't jump on any bandwagon until I see what happens at the end of this window, which is what I've stood by this whole time, because we don't know what can happen, right?
Yeah.
None of us know. We could sit here by the end of the window and we've got Adam Wharton and Manu Kone. Now that's a fucking hell of a midfield if you could bring them two in, right? If you couldn't get Tonali and Fernandes, for example.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
there are
we did offer more. We offered more for Semenyo than Man City did, didn't we? Did we not?
We offered more wages, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But the
And if we end up with two central midfielders that are other than Tonali and Fernandes, and they are cheaper, put the money on Marmoush and Rashford, because if we had to,
agree.
You know what I mean? You have the two of them up forward, and then a midfield that De Zerbi can at least work with, and they're less expensive. Like, you'd still be crazy excited for next season.
100%.
Yeah,
we've got a micro bomber, guys. A micro bomber. It's more of a grenade.
I think we got Fernandes. I think that's a done deal.
I think we'll get him both personally.
Sissy's just dropped saying, I'm seeing loads of talk on my name. I'm relaxed. You should be too. Portuguese flag. He's saying it's still on, people. It's still on. There's a micro. I told you there'd be a little bomber. There must be something more. This can't be the only bomber of the evening. I promised you bombers. They will have to commence. Sizzy, my man, Sizzy. Give me something more. Give me something more tangible. I know you're watching, Sizzy. Give me something more fucking tangible than that, bro. It's not good enough. Not good enough.
Do you know what? I bolted from the pub in East Kilbride in the village to come back here to come on here. I got in a cab to come back here to come on here. No, I texted Sean earlier and said, when you going live? And I looked on there at 6:30, it hadn't started, and I actually bolted from a pub full of broads to come back here and fucking talk shit.
What did you tell him the real time for, son?
Seriously.
Henry Wright.
Henry Ron TV.
Wright. A little
Commitment or
shameless
what?
guy. Shameless man. Right. Let's look at this guy. Look at him.
Oh yeah, he is shameless.
Oh mate.
So is Terry Flewers as well. Terry Flewers is shameless.
His views go through the roof when it's him bigging up Arsenal in any way, shape, or form, or when he's talking shit about Tottenham. And look, Arsenal hijacked Spurs, 7,000 views in the last 2 hours. He's so shameless, that man. He's dyed his hair. He's trying to go incognito. Henry, what has happened to you, my man? You are no Tottenham fan anymore. I love you, bro, but fuck me, you are shameless, bro. Shameless. Absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Anyway, where were we, guys? Where were we?
Mini Bomber.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that we're going to get those two players purely for the reason I just don't feel that other clubs are going to put in the sort of money that we're willing to put in terms of wages and in terms of like fees, transfer fees. I just don't think any of them want to pay that much because, let's be honest, the money that's been reported for Tonali and for Fernandes, they are both not worth that value, right? But it's what those clubs value their assets at, and it's what the other team is prepared to pay. So you can't blame them. But if you're looking at in a I don't know, a football manager type of world, they're not really 100 million type pound players, right? They're not. But that's maybe the only reason why I think that we have the one up on the other clubs, because I don't think the other clubs want to pay that sort of money for the level of player that they are.
But I don't think it's just that, Danny. It's also, I think, also with the De Zerbi pool. That's one aspect, and I think that it's
definitely
It's us absolutely like pinpointing them as like priority targets.
This is what we want. Yeah, this is what we want.
And it's like, you're who we want. We're making it very clear. It's out there. Okay, we've gone in. Like, I mean, you're standing there and someone goes in for a £75 million bid and you're at a club and you're like, well, look at last season. Do you know what I mean? And like Newcastle waning, like where West Ham were, where West Ham are, that's fucking different. But look where Newcastle are. They fell off in the Premier League. They fell off the fucking cliff last year. And do you know what? I mean, they did as good as us probably in the Champions League, maybe a little bit less. But they did slightly better than us in the Premier League. But what are you talking? What, a couple of wins better than us? I mean, like, do you know what I mean? They didn't fucking light up nothing.
Big up to you, Mr. Flower. How are you, Bo?
I'm good, mate. How are you? How are we all doing?
Yeah, we're good. Well, I feel like the air's been sucked out of the
Flower
energy of the fan base in 24 hours. I feel like we've gone from bombers galore to now like bombers a snore, because we haven't had anything that's been dropping. And you know, we've got Eugene on. You know, Eugene likes to put the dampener on everything. By the way, Eugene,
what? Slander again. Slander once again.
Eugene,
it's not slander.
What happened with your trade? Did your trade land or not? What happened?
I skipped it. Bad press action. So I'm still poor.
You shit the bed. Okay, never mind.
The commitment.
Eugene, I ain't joking. Flower, James, what's going on, mate? How
Hello, James.
How you feeling about the Bombers, bro?
I don't know, to be fair. You know, the one thing Tottenham do is drag a deadline or drag a transfer out. And for me, it's just too familiar, isn't it? I mean, it is one of those things that we've seen it happen before. It's like, I don't know. I'm not confident anymore. I'll say that. Like, I just feel City were occupied with Elliott. Arsenal, I don't know what they're doing. United seems to be flip-flopping. For me, just go in and put the money down that Newcastle have asked for. If he's your main target, I know within reasons people say you can't just be held to ransom, and I get that, but you're either going to come to agreement or you're not. Just do it, because this is what we did with Eze, and the bigger guys come in and went, oh, here's my money then, I'll take you. Circumstances change, players change. For me, You just need to act and get your main targets over the line.
You were Mr. Positive the other week, James. What are we doing here?
Yeah, literally.
I am positive.
No,
What
no,
about
you
the
were. I actually loved how positive you were. You were actually knocking. You were.
You know what I find really odd? You know what I find really odd, Adam, right? Is that generally speaking, Eugenie in the WhatsApp group is fairly glass half empty, and yet he's offended by the suggestion that he's a little bit on the glass half empty side. Danny Kiriakou pretending like he's been bigging up the club for the last 4 years is the most ludicrous thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
No. I've never bigged up the club for years.
Like, what universe have I fucking woken up in?
What's with the extremism there, Sean? What's with the extremism?
There's some sort of Mandela effect going on because I don't know what's going on here.
It's like you say one thing. It's like with Spurs fans, like you say one thing, you're all the other way at the end of the spectrum, right? Fucking hell! What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
F this club, F the owners, F these players. These players are shit. You know, he's been one of those. He's like that kind of. There's a lot of them out there. That's where Danny's been for the last 4 years, but he's now trying to claim that he's been a super positive glass half full.
Danny, Sean is nervous, so he's attacking us. Sean is anxious. No Bombas.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Exactly, Eugene. I agree.
Wait to move the goalpost, Sean. Just attack Danny and myself. That's cool.
I ain't started on the rest of you yet.
And he makes up his own narrative as well, Eugene.
Oh yeah.
It's delusional.
Of course. Yeah, okay. All I can remember is Adam William Cahill being someone who said that Richalison is a world-class striker. And
Unbelievable! Unbelievable!
That's a ridiculous statement from that third Magnum because he's just taking shots now, and I tell you what, ones and twos in
the deflection is absolutely insane.
It's ridiculous.
This is coming from a guy that would pay 50 million from Kolo Muani, by the way. Like, let's have that right up. 50 million for Kolo Muani.
Unbelievable. Shameless, Sean.
For Kolo Muani to fuck off, mate, all day long.
Hey, you weren't saying that at the start.
I don't like this revisionism. I am going to be adding a feature to the Spurs Hub, which is going to be receipts. It's a whole new page, and it's just going to have links to clips of people that say things when they say it with timestamps, so that everyone can go. You know, when you get this, like, I've been saying it for so long. 10 years ago, I said that Serhou Guirassy was going to be.
Yeah, but the only problem is you're going to be the top 10 columns. Do you know what I mean?
Santiago Jimenez, gift Orban.
Yeah, gift Orban. I wouldn't sell Jamie Donnelly for anything less than 10 million.
Don't even bring up gift Orban, man. That's like what we do.
I wouldn't sell Jamie Donnelly for less than 10 million. How much
did you sell Jamie Donnelly for? That is the worst take, I think, in football history.
What, Jamie Donnelly?
£10 million. He's not worth a fiver. What are you on about? I told you before last season started, you take 10 million immediately. You went, no, we give him another season. Now he's valued at probably 2 million. So you've just cost the club £8 million. What are you talking about? You're the finance guy. Like, what are we doing here?
Thanks, Sean.
Is this coming from the guy that said sell Will Lancashire as well? This is what you said.
100% sell Will Lancashire. Sell Gray, sell Berghvall, sell Tel, sell Odegaard. Yeah, sell all of them.
Yeah. In other news, here's the losing lottery numbers from last night's draw.
Exactly. But you're still trying to bet on the same numbers. That makes sense.
Big up, Hugo. How are you, mate? Hugo, you there, mate?
No.
Is that Hugo?
Hello, mate. How's it
going?
Fucking hell.
Oh, you're on a massive delay.
Real bad, bro.
What the absolute.
Backstage side, fucker.
Rough day, Hugo.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, my days.
It's too hot here, mate. I'm back in the States.
Hello.
It looks like Hugo on crack.
What happened there? I don't know what happened. Absolutely terrible. What do you say? Sean, if you do that, your mate Johnny is fucked. What's that for receipt? for receipts.
No.
I love Johnny the Pieces. He does love and I told you so. He likes to claim
He's
everything.
been going through your bins, Sean.
He's been going through my bins.
He's been stealing your receipts.
Wait, Johnny was saying he wouldn't sell Berghvall for anything less than 55 million. I'm like, are we seen the same player here or what?
What is the right price? What would you take for Berghvall? Because
Well, can I ask a
20
genuine
million?
question? Can I ask a
20
genuine
million?
question before we sell them both? What do we
No.
do next year if we do qualify for Europe and we've got to have the fucking club train quota? Those
Exactly,
are the only
that's a good
two
call.
that
That is a
get.
fucking
I mean, is
great
that
question.
a thing? Because this is the thing, right? I keep hearing about it, but it sounds
question.
like the problem is that nobody ever then seems to care about it, and then you get to a point where you're in a situation. I mean, even that lot up the road had one less player than they should have done because of their homegrown quota last year. So I just don't know. Like, is it potentially that not going to be a problem in 12 months' time? Or are we going to end up going into, I don't know, Europa League with 4 less players than we should? Should I even care about that at the moment?
Lancashire.
Yeah. I would. What I was trying to say, mate. What I would say is, for me personally, that stuff can kind of wait. We finished 17th and 17th. The first thing we've got to do is climb the table before worrying about getting into Europe. So for me, I know people don't like to hear this because there's some kind of delusion that Archie Gray and Berghvall are going to turn into Xavi and Iniesta. But for me personally, if you could get £100 million for them too, then you do that, right? Or you could get £80 million, you do that. I'd swap both of them for Tonali or Fernandes in a heartbeat. People say they're young. Well, Fernandes is only a year. Fernandes is only a year older than Berghvall, right? So if he's only a year older, and the levels in the two are ridiculous for me, they're not even comparable. So people are saying, yeah, but he's young. Fernandes is young, and they're in different leagues. So for me, there's too big of a gap for them to kind of come in and be world beaters. They may come out and fair play, but for me, if you're getting offered 30, 40 million for somebody that's not really done anything, same with Vuskovic. I know people are a bit touchy about that, but if you're getting offered 50, 60 million for someone that's not really done anything, you have to take it. As a club, you have to take it. You can't gamble 50, 60, 40 million pounds on hoping that they're going to turn. If they do, say for example, Berghvall goes to Forest and Struck's gold and turns into a proper player, right? What's he going to be valued at? 80 million? 90 million? So we're going to keep a 40, 50 million pound player in a 50-50 gamble. For me, I'll take that 50 million in. I'll take that 50 million in, reinvest it, and then you go again. That's how I'm looking at things this season.
Look what happened with Eric Dyer. Look what happened with Eric Dyer. We could have sold him for £1 million. And then,
if someone says to me, "Top grade for Rashford," are you doing it? Because we're talking the same money. For me, in a heartbeat, yes, 100%. I'm swapping to like grade for Rashford because Rashford improves our team now, and I don't want to get relegated next season. And we've had 2 close calls for me.
Fair play. Valid points across the board.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, you're all right.
Hugo, you there? Can you hear you back in the game?
I hope so. Can you hear me all right?
Now. Yeah, you're fine now, mate. You're fine now. What's going on, mate? How are you?
Yeah, not too shabby. Back stateside, but it is hot as balls here, so needs must.
Where are you going? Where are you driving to?
He's going to get some Danish pastries.
Going to the pool, mate.
Going to the bloody pool?
Going to the pool, go cool off, mate. It's tough, but someone's got to do it, and it's a Friday afternoon, isn't it?
It is, mate. It is. It is. What's your thoughts on? Well, we're missing out on
Fernandes and Tonali thing.
Sorry, did you just try and do a Spanish accent?
That's worse.
Fernandes
should have been Portuguese.
Portuguese, yeah, Portuguese even better, yeah.
Is it not Fernandes?
What in the ala piscina are we doing?
Fernandes.
And Tonali, Sandro Tonali.
In this shot, Hugo looks bold.
It's like Bond, doesn't he? Kind of a little bit Bondish, isn't it?
Right,
more like a Bond villain.
Let me do some super chats. We'll catch up with the story. He's gone again. A user 481 says no. 4872 says no Bomber till June the 30th due to balancing books. We've spoken about this. Not sure if that's the case for Fernandes.
I don't think that's the case.
It might be the case for
Fernandes.
Fernandes.
Sounds wet, doesn't it?
I'm always going
Sounds
to call him
wet.
Fernandes. That's just
Phalange.
It's how I roll. Big up to you,
I think
AU.
we'll
Thank you
drop
very
one
much
either
indeed.
side.
Josh Smith says, Hand of Arsenal said Tonali too expensive. He's tier 1. Hand of Arsenal is a Twitter guy. He said he's too expensive. Yeah, well, we're massively overpaying. We are massively overpaying. I just don't. I'd be absolutely devastated. I'd be crippled if it said if they just picked up the phone and went, whatever Tottenham have offered, we'll match it. Just fucking let's just ruin them. Let's ruin them guys. You know, that would be horrible. Big up to you, Josh. Who's just dropped out of the stream? Someone's dropped out.
Eugene.
Eugenie. Ulrika's in the house saying "Ratatata." Ulrika car. Big up to you, Ulrika. Appreciate you, miss. Good to see you. Swigsy says, would much rather Wharton over Fernandes, as his asking price has been set to 100 million euros. Let's hope the Bombers get flying. Yeah, we're still waiting for a bomber, aren't we? We're still waiting for one. Big up to you, mate. Disappointed the Bombers haven't really dropped tonight. Super Spurs. Blano says, Sean, I love you, but to sit there and slag off Eugene and Danny for being right, team owners and manager being useless, and you say Tel will be one of the best wingers in the league. What are we doing here?
Next question. Next super chat.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying that they're not right. I'm just saying that they are negative leaning Nancy's. That's what we do here. Right? If you lean negative,
I haven't been. I'm not negative Spurs fan. I'm actually more positive than most people, and that's why people fucking attack me more nowadays because I'm actually more positive.
I don't know what planet you've woken up in, mate, but it isn't reality because you are not a positive Tottenham fan. As in the time I've known you, you are a bloody miserable Tottenham fan.
Well, you keep thinking about when I first met you, like fucking 5-6 years ago. There's a lot of change in 5 or 6 years, mate.
I'm actually going to defend Danny. I don't think he's that negative.
I'm not negative Spurs fan at all these days.
All of this season just finished talking about how shit the players are.
Yeah, because they are shit. They were shit. That's why De Zerbi wants to fucking sign half a new squad. What are we doing here?
Well, you're not exactly positive then, are you bozo? Fucking hell.
Yeah, but that's honesty. Everyone here would agree. Everyone here would agree that half that squad were fucking useless.
No, but I also agree. I also
bake in Danny.
Yes or no?
Bake in Danny. It's under what managers they've been under, and I think that
but half those players have been shit for years. That's why we're in the. Adam, that's why we finished 17th twice in a row.
I feel like it's a little bit too late for a lot of us to be going through English lessons, okay? But being described as negative or positive is not in the same banner as being honest or dishonest. They are two different things. Okay, you can be honest, but your honest take can still be negative in its leanings. They're two.
But you're not taking time into account. You can be negative at a certain point in our history, and then positive at a certain point in our history. And the very, very moment that we signed Roberto De Zerbi as our manager, that's when this man here decided to change his tune. And fair play to him, because that's exactly the impetus that we needed to actually think that something was changing at this club.
I welcome it. I'm not criticising it. I welcome it.
It's not just that, Sean. I've always stated, and I've never changed my take on this, right? Until the club decide to back a manager, nothing will change at this football club. That has been my overall consensus, right? Now, what I'm seeing now is looks like to be a board that is going to back a manager in the right way, especially a manager who is someone I really, really like, the exact type of manager I like. Right? So if they do back him, then I believe we are going to have an even better period than we did under Pochettino. That's what I believe.
And that's absolutely fine. I welcome it. I endorse it. I actually agree with you. I'm 100% in agreement. But that's not the same thing as pretending like you've been a positive fan for the last 5 years. It's not the same thing. You haven't.
I never said I wasn't positive for the last 5 years. Listen to Sean. Listen to what I said. Right? I used to be negative. Correct. I was a fucking pessimistic. I would always gun for everything against Daniel Levy, the club.
Until when? When did that change?
Last 2 years. Last few years.
Fuck off. What are we doing here?
In fairness,
no, it's true.
In fairness, it was pretty positive around Frank.
That's true.
He was pretty positive around Frank.
I was getting gunned because I wanted to see him just stay at the club because I thought he'd fucking do all right and then sack him in the summer.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but
I was getting called left, right. I was getting called names every fucking week because I was a Frank lover and I fucking love Frank.
But like,
Hang on, Danny. You were being called a cunt way before anything to do with Spurs.
Whoa.
Hey,
two things.
Stop, calm down, mate. With that, I'm about to get demonetized now, bro.
No, but two things can be right at the same time at the end of the day.
Whoever just dropped the C word.
Yeah, that was Hugo. Yeah.
The C word. All the money's gone now, you pillock.
Hang on, we always drop the C word on here. What are we doing?
No, we don't.
I've lost my coins.
What?
That's the
I remember you saying before, Sean, using it once is all right.
No, I picked up on it. So.
Using it once is fine, guys.
Read the small print, Hugo. Read the small print.
Is that one each or?
Come on, guys.
You know.
Come on. What we doing?
Let's get back to football. What are we doing here?
Yeah, Bombas.
No,
Come on, Sean.
I was going to say, like Tonali and Fernandes, I think we'd be happy to have either or, wouldn't we? If we can get both, that'd be like dreamland. But either or is definitely a heck of an upgrade on what we have at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
And I agree that we're paying way over the odds. But the reality is, like, yeah, there's market value, and then there's what the player is worth to the selling club and what the player would be worth to Tottenham Hotspur. And the reality is, if we have to overspend to get a massive upgrade on a player, we're not in a position at the moment whereby we can pay, like, or just scrape by like the market value, because we're not as an attractive proposition as the big boys at the moment. We're just not, two 17th place finishes. I think we need to overpay. We need to be paying probably a higher wage to a player than maybe if they were going to, the likes of an Arsenal or a United or a City. I think that's just the brutal reality of where we're at, until we can consolidate and get a couple of really good seasons together, which that is my genuine hope, that this ownership supports De Zerbi and De Zerbi produces the results, and that we can get back to consolidating ourselves as genuinely being a top 6 team. Then you're in a situation where you can, dictate things a bit more. But such has been the situation for too long that I think where it's needs must, right?
I'd like to say something on that as well, and I genuinely what other people think. I feel, look, I've been unhappy with the way the club has been run for God knows how long, for as long as I can remember, really. But I actually feel a little bit sorry for the club in a way that we all demand that a manager gets backed. Now they shouldn't be spending the money on the player the manager wants. Then I've just seen so many bits and pieces. This isn't who we want. We need to go for a Water, not a Tonali. We don't need him. We need to go for him. But everyone I've read has come out and said the manager wants these 2 players. And people are like, but it's not worth spending 200 million. Why are we spending all our budget? Blah, blah, blah. But then on the other hand, we're saying Enoch, Levy, everybody have never backed the manager and kind of pushed the club forward. So for me, I don't care if they cost 300 million for the 2. That's who he wants. I want my manager to be backed. So at the end of the season, I can say, my manager's failed. He deserves all the criticism he's going to get. And if he gets sacked or whatever it was going to be, he deserves it.
Yeah.
So for once, I want it to be pushed over. I want it to be pushed. The board to take the pressure off themselves and put it all on the manager and the players. Just take all of it off and go, look, I've gave you everything you've asked for. Do it.
So what is value for you, James?
What's value for me? 500 million. It makes no difference to me.
No. What's value for you? What is value after whatever? Just say he brings in Fernandes, brings in Tonali, brings Polinia back. We let players like Sarr. We manage to, even if we have to loan them out, whatever the fuck, right? They're still on our fucking. We'll get money down the line. The players are bought in, right? We pull off a decent striker. We bring in, say for example, Lancashire, like whatever as the first strike, whatever, right? And he gets pretty much what he wants, like pretty much 90% of what he really actually wants. What is failure next season if he has what he fucking needs?
Well, it's impossible to say that until they're in, right? But if he gets everybody,
in hindsight,
but that's hindsight's an impossible question to answer, because if he says I want Lionel Messi and we sign, it's not going to happen, right? So it all depends on the caliber of players that come in. So, but for me, I would say if we're going to be getting in these top players, I would say the first season you should be finishing 6th, 7th. Getting everybody used, because it's gonna take some time to get everyone to gel. Like I'm expecting the first 6, 7, 8, 10 games to be a bit like, and then after that I'm expecting like almost the Potter effect, where he goes, right, let's kick into gear now. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everybody knows this. Off we go. So for me, the first season I would say 7th, 6th is okay, and then if you then add a couple onto that, I would then expect next season to sort of be pushing.
Do you know what, James? Do you know what? I honestly believe.
Can I just interrupt for 2 seconds, guys? Sorry, a bit of breaking news from Romano. It's not really Tottenham related, but kind of is. At least it leads me on to something. I don't want to sidetrack the conversation too much, but there's something there that's just dropped regarding an England player. This guy, Reece James, out of England with another hamstring injury. He'll miss at least the next 2 games. If it's a hamstring injury, he won't miss the next 2 games. He's out of the tournament probably, right? Which means that Jed Spence will come into the right back spot. I think he's probably going to be first choice replacement for Reece James.
I think Reece James has been crap anyway.
Yeah, he can't defend Reece James at all. He just,
just to bring this back to Tottenham specifically. I don't want to get sidetracked from what James Flower was saying. I know Danny, you wanted to say something, but. There is that story that came out today that Jed Spence is not part of De Zerbi's plans. So we're talking right now. I guess this is like a segue from James's point, Flower's point. That is, whatever the manager wants, the manager gets. Right at this stage is what James is saying. Essentially, back the manager, let him then sort of like give him enough rope, and we'll see where we go. And I'm on board with that to some degree. I also think it's problematic not having another voice in the room that has some influence, because a manager that's here today, gone tomorrow, making permanent decisions around our youth team players and our young and our talent, all that stuff, because he doesn't care about them. He cares about what's going to.
Yeah, Sean, I don't disagree with that. What I'd add to that is I'm just talking about this window. This window I want in the first 11, and then after that, to be honest, I'm happy to go full out kids and get one, first team, but. The quality of the first 11 has to go from 17th to top 10 for me this window. And then I'm happy to, I'm not saying sell everybody, just focus on this. But what my priority would be is if you could sell Vuskovic, Gray, Berghvall, for example, and you're going to pull in 130, 140 million, whatever, that is potentially a Rashford and a Fernandes. So
I'm with you.
That's more where I would say. I don't know if I got confused, said it the wrong way, but more.
No. It's absolutely fine, because I've been having this conversation on Twitter, I've been having the conversation on here, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I think there's a merit to the argument that you need to have one eye on the future, so you shouldn't necessarily sell all your young players, but then the counterbalance, and I think, James, you also made this point earlier on, what exactly is it that Berghvall has done that's made him so valuable? He hasn't stepped up to the Premier League. He hasn't done anything at the World Cup. Same conversations maybe about Archie Gray. I disagree, but same things about Mathys Tel, Odegaard, whatever, right? You can make the same conversation about all of them. If he's not in De Zerbi's plans, that's absolutely fine. The reason I brought up the Reece James thing is I do want to ask specifically, you guys, all come in one at a time. Let's not overtalk each other. But Jed Spence, if De Zerbi doesn't rate Jed Spence, are you guys okay at us selling him and then bringing in another right back to
Sorry to cut across you, Sean. Apparently there's a bomber. I don't know. Somebody's saying it in the chat. Alfredo Padula or something, or repost Nicola Shearer 24 seconds ago.
Hang on. Okay, let me get it. Bomber! The bomber!
Slack in there, Shawnee.
You need to get a jingle for it. Bomber!
We'll come back. We'll come back to the Jed Spence into the bomb now. Oh, wow. Tottenham transfer market will be stellar. Assault on at least one between Gakpo and Marmoush.
What are we doing here?
Ban the guy. For you, doggy. Oh, wow. I told you there'd be bombers. There's always bombers. All right, we'll come back. We'll come back to Jed Spence. We'll come back to Jed Spence in a minute. What are we doing here? Gakpo and Marmoush, at least one of them. Ratata!
I know I've been talking a lot there, but I want to say something controversial here. Is I really do not want Gakpo. I really don't want Gakpo. Marmoush for me is levels above Gakpo. Gakpo, I've watched all my family are Liverpool fans, all of them, and they all want him to go because he'll have one good game, 5 terrible games, and he'll have one 10 out of 10 performance and then 5 terrible games, and he'll get an hat-trick in one and go missing for 5. So for me, I've watched quite a lot of him, and don't get me wrong, he's levels above what we've got. I'm just saying, I think Marmoush is top. I think he's mid.
But Marmoush is injury prone too. Like he's a big
risk. But Marmoush is levels, right? Levels above. For me, Gakpo is mid level.
Yeah. I would want both of them. Both of them, because Gakpo on the left and Marmoush in the 9 would be unreal.
There's a second bomber at the same time. There's a second bomber at the same time. Just sorry, Eugene, 1 second. Second bomber. Nicola Shearer has reposted total agreement between Sandro Tonali. When there's a repost, it reaffirms we're back in game, boys. We're back in the game. Or should we focus on Padula though? This is more exciting one at the moment. Gakpo or Marmoush? Eugene, you wanted to say something there? Sorry, mate.
I don't know. I was about to say, yeah, I totally agree with Flower. Gakpo, I mean, I wouldn't pay more than 30 mil for him. Marmoush is a good player, but he's been injury prone. He hasn't really impressed me. So it depends how much City want. But as far as your question about Spence, just real quick, there is a reason why no manager at Spurs rated him, right? Conte didn't want him, Ange benched him, Frank didn't want to play him, and now De Zerbi doesn't want him.
Mourinho didn't want him. He was a club signing, right? He wasn't brought in as a preference by the manager. He was a club signing.
Right, but
that was Conte, not Mourinho. That was Conte, not Mourinho.
Right. So, I mean, he's a good defender and all, but based on how De Zerbi wants to play, I would sell him.
Would you guys take Gakpo over Rashford?
No chance.
Same. Okay.
No chance.
Plus, if we're looking to try and double down on the getting back into Europe thing, we need some more English players, like proper English players that are going to be starting 11 players, or at least good enough to be in the in the squad.
Well, it is something that...
Who said they don't want Marmoush?
No one.
Nobody.
No one.
Who said they didn't want him?
Eugene.
It depends how much they want for him. If they want like 80 mil, I would say no. If they want like 50,
why?
Sure.
80 mil, we 100% take him.
Take him.
Marmoush is easily worth 80 million. Easily.
Yeah,
every
100%.
penny of it.
And also, can I just add something on Marmoush? Sorry, Shawnee. With Marmoush, I think I don't think he's been that injury prone. I think the problem with him is that he prefers playing through the middle, and you've got to compete with Erling Haaland. So it's very difficult to get into that team when you're competing with arguably one of the best strikers on the planet, right, or best finishers on the planet. So it's not like if you even when he does play, you can see he's a quality footballer. He knows how to put the ball in the net. He's intelligent, right? And he is a little bit versatile too. He can play on the wings as well if you need him to. But for me, I'd take him. But I don't care how much it costs. I'd take Marmoush all day, every day.
Marmoush for me is worth more money net, like pound for pound, than Tonali is. Like,
I agree.
It was a massive gap. Right? His assists 99th percentile on a per 90 basis. Right? He didn't play that often last season. On a season total though, still in the relative to other people in his position. 99th percentile. Open play assists. Look what else he does. Possession adjusted tackles. Right? So tackling from the front. Pressures. Possession adjusted pressures. Line breaking passes into 10 meters of space. This geezer passes into the danger zone. Right? This guy is someone that is exactly what we don't have at the top end of the park. And especially for
if I could have one player, literally only one player to choose from myself, and I didn't get to have any of the other players that I want, Marmoush is the one. Marmoush is the one.
I agree.
Per 90, Sean, is a useless stat. Richarlison has good stats per 90, right? The issue is the sample size is pretty small in the Prem. No. You missed the group chat from Brian. But the sample size is pretty small here.
I guess my only thing would be look who's been feeding for the last couple of years. Do you know what I mean? When he has been on the field, he's had, when he has been on the field, he's had Haaland to put a ball into, and he's also had a pretty on fire Ekitike when he was at Frankfurt right before he got sold. So
but he's also still
horses for courses. But he is, I'd take nothing away from him. He's fantastic. But to get the best out of him, you would absolutely, I feel like, have to upgrade Solanke and Richarlison. I don't think he works with those.
I don't think it matters who is there, right? You've got to upgrade those guys anyway.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think it really matters because we saw sitter after sitter after sitter miss last season from both of them. So it doesn't matter who's there. That is part of the parcel for me. That's why for me, I watched a lot of him before he left, before Ekitike went to Liverpool. He kind of like rotate. He almost plays like inside left forward again. He's kind of that floater, so he could potentially sort of play out wide, cutting in, but then you would need Udogie overlapping, and the main thing about that, or Robertson overlapping and delivering the balls into the box. But this season is going to be so different, and this is what I like about the We've got two footballing centre backs now. If these two midfielders come in, I know Tonali's got a lot of stick about not being a very good footballer. Go back and look at him in Italy. He was fantastic in Italy. He wasn't the same player as he is under Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is a shut-up shot merchant for me. So when he was in Italy, he was a completely different player. You've got two.
Eddie Howe is a brute force. Eddie Howe is a brute force. He doesn't want to play the tactical. He just wants to brute force his way.
Yeah, so when you've got Porro who can play, the two centre-backs can play. If those two midfielders come in, they can play. Maddison back, Xavi can play. All of a sudden, the whole spine of the team, Kinsky can now play football. It's a completely different team to having Berghvall, Gray in the middle with Danso. I personally wouldn't even play Micky van der Ven anymore. I think the two new boys are the two that I would play. So for me, everyone can now play football. It's a completely different way. I think that the give and go method is going to be crucial for us next season, and I think that's where Kudus is fantastic. If Solanke can learn to just stand still in the box, I think he would score more. I don't think he's good enough, but I think he would score more. We just need a good left winger.
You got to remember, right, as well, like. And people forget we have Kudus as well, who before he got injured was the best dribbler in the league, and he was the top assister in the league, joint top assister before he got injured, right? So we've got a top right winger to come back, and I think you got to remember De Zerbi wanted him for Brighton, so he's always liked Kudus.
When is he due back, Danny? When is he due back?
And supposedly start of the season.
Danny, with that, what Drew was saying. Sorry, just to add to that, what Drew was saying is, look who Marmoush has played with. If we've got Kudus doing the most assists and the most dribbles with Richalison and Solanke up front, we're playing like devil's advocate. If we had another 100%. One, you know what I mean?
Someone who's technical and competent to put the ball in the back of the net, right? Just one point, Sean, quickly on that. I also believe if we get Tonali, I do believe we're going to see a completely different type of Tonali than we have done at Newcastle. Because I think the way De Zerbi wants to play, I think you're going to see the real Tonali. Like it'll be like
the same with a lot of players, mate. I think that's the same with a lot of players next season. Do you not think?
Yeah. I agree.
Like, and do you know what?
Well, I think the whole setup is going to change.
You think of the relationships of players, like even Kudus, right? Sorry. I mean, look at the emphasis that were on him down that right wing last season. I mean, we had. There was nothing through the centre. There was nothing from the left. There was like we were getting sussed. We got sussed so fucking quick, you know.
Yeah, we didn't because he got it was like I said, he was top assister in the league before he got injured. Most dribble.
No, but they were soon twosing up on Kudus.
Yeah, but that didn't matter. That doesn't matter. What does it matter? That was my reasoning for wanting before Rashford. That was my reasoning for wanting Savio, because I feel like they both just stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch. And if you need two on Savio, two on Kudus, that leaves so much space in midfield and in the strike area.
You're emphasising my point. That's the point I'm making. That we were lopsided. We didn't have the balance, you know.
but it was also, if you looked at the way the players played last season, when they all didn't want to be on the ball, so they just kept giving it to Kudus. And the amount of times Kudus you used to see get so frustrated because he'd have the ball, he'd try and do things, and it was no one there for him to cross the ball into or pass the ball to.
there was no one in the box.
Yeah, because he was so good, and they all knew how good he was. They just let him have the ball and like, here you go, mate, take it. And he's like, well, what am I supposed to do with it? No one's helping me. Like
Exactly.
that's why Kudus kept getting doubled up on, because everyone kept giving him the ball in the Spurs team, and we didn't have anyone else who could be confident on the ball.
And Solanke doesn't read. He doesn't read being like you see a player like Kane dropping deep, and I feel like the players that are around Kane, whatever team it would be, even when it was back when we had Son, people would be so aware of what Kane was doing, and the space that would be being made in them areas, and they would fill in. And Solanke, when he's not in that, if he's not that fox in the box, if he's not in that position, like the amount of times I've seen it, that even if they're in a position of putting that ball in the box, it doesn't matter how good the ball is. Even Porro, there's no one there. There's no one there.
Think about the amount of work that is being done on the transfer side already with the positions that we've just mentioned. So we need a number 9 because we know that Solanke and Richarlison are not going to cut it in this new look Tottenham. Then we need a left winger. We know that we're bringing in 2 centre mids. I don't understand this whole Jed Spence thing. Are we selling him and then we got to go out and find another right back as well? It doesn't make any sense to me unless we know that we've got a crap ton. We can field the whole football team of centre backs. So, are we switching to a back 3? Are we switching to a back 3 so that we don't actually need 2 right backs? Are we playing with Porro as a right midfielder? Are we playing with Udogie as a left midfielder? Because they can both play those positions. Jet Spence is a fullback. Are we happy to get rid of him because we're just not playing that way anymore? Because otherwise we've got to go out and find another right back.
Yeah, we talked about it.
But then we got to go find it. It could be, but we got to go out and buy another player then as well on top of the 4 positions we just mentioned, and we already brought in 4 new players.
No, back 3 would suit us, given who we have for sure. I don't think De Zerbi will do it.
Who's under Porro?
Porro is a crap fullback, but as a wing back, that's his position. Him and
so you think that you think back 3?
I mean, that's what I would do based on the personnel, because we have 17 center backs.
Yeah.
And by the way, Sean, with the receipts, I told everybody, Romero, I was being told he's world class. There's going to be top teams lining up to take him off our hands. Nobody wants him.
We'll loan him,
so
mate.
Sean,
we'll loan him.
Receipt, I called it first. Nobody wants that bozo.
I think it's because the European clubs can't afford him, though.
The whole point of receipts going forward is that you don't get to add your previous receipts in after the fact.
Everybody knows it. Hey, no.
Trying to get
come on, Sean.
points.
Listen, I am going to add a level of like administration to people that I trust in the community to have the ability to download the clips and then upload the videos into a portal. It will only be people that I trust. And then they can go and listen to all the content takes out there, wherever they are, and then go, oh, what's that? What's that? Johnny
I'm
said
grandfathered
what?
in. I have a lot of hot takes.
I think Drew should do that job.
No,
Drew would be fantastic at it. But
Yeah.
you've got a full-time job. I can't.
I'll keep the receipts.
Yeah.
No. We'll talk, Drew. We'll talk. You know. Hey, there was a bomber. There was a bomber though, guys. In the last few minutes, Tottenham Hotspur have. Oh, what's this from Fabrizio Romano? Is it on the screen?
Hello, guys.
They're bombers already.
give
Arsenal are
it to me.
discussing internally to return with a new bid for Bruno Guimaraes. Newcastle maintain their stance with the players' camp. No plans to sell the Brazilian.
We need to get Tonali before, because if they're not going to sell both of them in one window. I'd be shocked if they did.
Yeah.
So we have to get Tonali done to stop Arsenal from going from Guimaraes.
But where does he play? Like, it makes no sense. They spend so much money on their midfield with Zubamandi and like.
He's going to play. He's going to help them play the 10 men behind the ball like Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's true actually. Same like us. We have 15 center backs and they have 15 CMs.
Check Tottenham page. Yeah, we've seen that. Veliz is off. Veliz is off. We've reached agreement with Bahia for the transfer of. That's about 8-9 million quid in the bank. Lovely job.
It's another one we wasted money on, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think
you reckon that's how much we got for that,
got
Sean?
most of our money back from him. I think. I don't think it's too much for money.
We can thank Fabrizio. We can
Paratici.
Yeah. Fabio Paratici.
The great Fabio Paratici.
a lot of receipts on
boy.
Fabio.
Johnny's boy.
A lot of receipts.
You put a few too many vowels and consonants in that one, Flowers.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So let's get back to this story I was asking you guys about Jed Spence. Do you think are you guys okay with Jed Spence leaving the football club if that's what De Zerbi wants?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Yeah, of course you have to be, right? You can't say back a manager and I don't back him that much, or don't back you have to be. For me, if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. I would expect him to have someone to come in though at the same time lined up. Yeah, of course. Look, there's a few things that I've seen that I don't like from Spence, and that's that every single manager is moaning him to work harder, be more, right attitude. They're all saying the same thing, even at England, right? They're saying press, and he's standing there. They're like, no.
He's an arrogant prick.
Yeah, so for me, look, the whole club needs a revamp. And if that means he's got a bit of an ego, he has to go and we have to start again. I agree with Udogie. I said the same sort of thing about Romero. For me, I'd take £20 million from Romero. Romero ruined it for himself and for the club by doing what he done at the end of the season for me. Pulling out the board. Well, who's going to want to sign him now when they know they're going to get called out if they don't do what he wants to do? Not being there for the last game of the season. They're all negatives towards his name, and it's not a good look. Like if I was going to invest my money, they would be the sort of things I would look at and go, is it worth going for someone like that? Like, no, not really.
Well, I agree. We gotta revamp the whole squad. The mentality has to be changed, and that's why I'm cautious of Rashford. Talent-wise, amazing talent, but mentally, he gave up on Man U, which is a bigger club. And my concern is, once you do it, I would be really cautious paying somebody $300K a week with that mentality. Even though the talent is.
My only thing with that would be sometimes you need to hit bottom before you realise how good it was, right?
Yeah, but I think it's a
sometimes in life you need to. Sometimes you do think you're better than what you are. Last season he was fantastic, right? Season he wanted to stay.
Do you really want to spend we could end up with the biggest paperweight like what United have been spending the last 4 years trying to get rid of? It's a fair question. It's not
absolutely,
but it's a fair question to ask.
But you have to. If you're not going to go out big for a Marmoush or a Savio, then absolutely you have to get him in. He will guarantee you, I reckon, 10 goals a season, minimum off the left. So that's what we need.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Drew?
Didn't he do pretty good for Aston Villa? Or am I?
Yeah, he did all right.
Yeah.
He didn't start though. He didn't start. He did well.
I don't know if it's always about the player. Like he let down Man United. I mean, there's obviously stuff going on behind the scenes.
An attitude problem, isn't it?
Feels like that they, he was let down by them as well. We don't know what the ins and outs of it were, but I don't know. I'm kind of with James. I think he had a pretty stellar season last year, and it's not often that our guys go over to Europe and do particularly well. Like it's just there's still even now just really a handful. So I don't know. I'd be down for a Rashford. If you could do Rashford, somebody in the middle, I don't know, it is Rashford, but Rashford, Marmoush, Kudus. I mean, I'd be interested to see how that works.
Yeah,
I would be excited to watch Tottenham again. I think that's the biggest thing for me as a fan. I would be going. Well, I would just be able to have the conversation with some of my friends that are Arsenal fans or Liverpool, like I said, and go, yeah, if you keep Kudus, you've still got Rashford and Marmoush, or if you keep XYZ, or last season it was like just control the midfield and you'll beat us. If you had Tonali and Fernandes in midfield with Maddison, Kudus, Savio, whoever you're going to put, you're then ultimately thinking, well, you're not going to have all of the ball. Like it's just not going to work that way. You're going to have, they may have like 20 minutes, we might have 20 minutes, they might have 20 minutes, and then it relies on their front line. But for me, I would be, the one thing I want to be is excited to watch Tottenham again. I haven't been like that for a while, so that would get me excited to actually want to watch Tottenham again.
My concern is, though, James, to your earlier point when you said give the manager what he wants. If you look at Man U last 4 or 5 seasons, right? They changed managers. They spent shitload of money on big names like football manager. We need a DOF. We need the club to set the direction so that when De Zerbi leaves, we're not stuck with those players on high wages who we cannot move, right? So that's my issue.
But that's not fair to say that on one, because you could say that about Scott McTominay, all right? You could say, well, he was part of the problem. He was rumoured to have attitude problems. God there, and when he weren't in contentions to be in Ballon d'Or, wasn't he in the top? God knows how many for Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he won the Player of the Year in Italy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's hard to say, right? Harry Maguire was awful. Now been given a new contract. There's a lot that goes on. Like for me, under the Derby, I said the same thing about Bentancur. Bentancur will be such a better player in somebody that keeps the ball rather than someone who's hunting the ball. Lo and behold, we kept the ball and he was a far better player. So I understand what you're saying with the attitude, and I agree. Like I'm just almost trying to look on the positive side of things and say it is so worth the risk, because you're talking of getting rid of Tel, Odegaard, Gray, Berghvall, those level of players to bring in a Rashford. For me, that's a no-brainer. If we just do player for player, that's a no-brainer.
No, that's fair.
I don't even know. You don't see Rashford and Tel being like the backup on that side. Like I'd even do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd rather that. I'd rather someone like
100%.
For me, I don't mind Berghvall, Gray, and Tel staying, but I don't want them playing first 11. I don't mind if they stay. I just don't want them near the first sort of 11. We need better. Otherwise, we can't complain that we're finishing 17th and go, why did we finish 17th? Well, I think I read a stat that Gray was like 16 games in a row he's involved in. We didn't win any of them. And you're like, hold on, how do you start? It was something mental like that. It might not have been 16, but it was like so many starts and we didn't win a game. And you're like, part of the problem, right? You can't be, player of the season for someone that didn't win a game in God knows how long. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, James, it makes sense. I agree. My only issue is if we're chasing the likes of Man U, City, and Liverpool, I'm not sure if I want their rejects. Like I want some fresh blood. And again,
we're not chasing those, right? Surely we're not chasing those guys yet.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking about like Gakpo's, Rashford's,
Gakpo and Marmoush. If that story's true, by the way, who was it? He dropped that bomber a minute ago.
I'm not sure.
The one that was about. The one's about Marmoush and Gakpo.
Alfred Pelé.
Padula or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
right?
Padula, I think, wasn't it?
He's from Dello Sport. That is bomber-esque. It's bomber-esque. It's not the bomber we were looking for, but it's a bomber of sorts. We're going to go after Marmoush and going after one of Marmoush or Gakpo, and we've got what was the phrase he used? It was an exquisite summer or a mammoth summer or something. He said something, didn't he? And what are we doing here? We glossed over Marmoush and we glossed over Gakpo. Who was it? Hands up on Gakpo, yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
No.
Wow. Because we got so much better talent. I thought you guys hated Mathys Tel.
It's opportunity.
I love Mathys Tel. What are you talking about? And you tarnish me with that, Bryce Butler.
He tarnishes everyone with that.
Oh, shut
We're
up,
not all Stel. We're not all Stel. We're not all Stel.
For me, though, look, if you're looking at the bigger picture, for me, he's the worst one out of the lot that we've been linked with. That's how I would see it. Of course, I would take him if that was the last one. But for me, out of everyone we've been listed, he's at the bottom of the pile.
Hang on, ones and zeros in the chat, right? And then 2s and 3s. 1 and 0, do you want Gakpo? Or do you not want Gakpo? And then 3 is you do want Marmoush, 2 is you don't want Marmoush. So 1 and does that make sense?
No, not at all. None of it.
Okay, we'll start this again.
Just use names, innit? You said the other day. I even saw you in real time go, yeah, let's do this ones and I don't want to do ones and twos. Do this. I don't want to do 0. Let's just do names because it makes sense because I can read the names.
All right, just do names. Do names. Do you want Marmoush?
Because it makes sense because I can read the names. I can hear myself. What's going on?
Adam's on a fucking annoying loop.
Kick him out. Dunzo.
Marmoush or Gakpo? Marmoush. Gakpo. Let me know what you're saying there.
Marmoush.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying no one wants Gakpo. What's going on with Gakpo? What is going on?
I'll take both of them if I could.
See, I'll take Savio and Rashford over him. Yeah, absolutely.
Agree.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I wouldn't take him, but for me, he's the bottom of the list of everyone we've been linked with.
Look, Gakpo's the type of player.
Somerville or Gakpo?
Oh, Somerville.
Oh, fuck off. What are we doing here?
Gakpo, he does well against in the World Cup against some scrub defenders. In the Prem, he's been terrible for Liverpool. They want him out. Somerville at least has some potential. At least he's dynamic.
Got worse output than Mathys Tel. What are we doing? What
Lindelof
are we doing?
is not in the Prem, Sean. Lindelof is not in the Prem to play against Gakpo and give up the goals.
What's Gakpo's numbers like, Sean? Get one of them colourful arseholes out on your page and see. Have a little look.
Come on, Sean.
Come on. It's turning into one of those streams. Turning into one of those streams, boys.
No.
Like, let's put them all up. Give us all the options, and everybody in the chat. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't hyped. If you haven't liked. We haven't asked once, I don't think, and we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And while you're there, get yourself over to the Spurs Hub. Get yourself signed up. Get yourself a little cheeky little username, little password. It's free to do, and it gives you all of this, Jones. And there's a basic version.
Johnny.
You know what I mean? Do this as Johnny. No, come on now. He's not here to defend himself.
Get your Tonali shirts. Okay, jersey.
Right.
Tonali, Fernandes, Marmoush shirts.
Who are we comparing?
Cody Gakpo.
Rashford.
Yep.
Who else?
Yeah.
Marmoush.
Marmoush.
He's not a left winger. He's not a left winger, is he? Savio, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Savio. We're doing left wingers, aren't we?
How do I get him in?
And don't do per 90. Do real stats that actually mean something.
Well, per 90 does mean something, you donut.
No. If you play 5 minutes, it means nothing.
Why can't I find what's his actual fucking name? What's his actual name?
Pedro, Julio. Savio.
All right, we'll just compare those three, and then we got to pick the. What do we want here? We don't want tackles and interceptions. We want. What do we want? We want something. This sort of shit, don't we? Pass completion.
This sort of shit.
We want that.
Balls in the box, mate. You always want balls in the box.
Carrying, successful dribbles, dribble percentage, carries. We want some crosses. Let's have a look at some crosses.
I'm gonna take some goals, please. Give me a goal.
It's Savio Moriera de Oliveira.
What?
I say Savio Moriera del Oliveira.
All right, whoever's the guy in the blue or the yellow is the ones that we probably want, right? The blue is Marcus Rashford. Season total. Okay, season total. So we want Cody Gakpo, or we want Marcus Rashford, and we don't mind. You got
to pop Tel in there, ain't you, for comparison? You got to give Mathys his dues. And then, please, if you can, see if you can find El Savio Moriera de Oliveira.
Jeez.
There he is.
There he is, little fella.
There he goes.
There we go. Look at this. Look at the arsehole on that.
Look at the arsehole on that.
Look.
He's terrible, Savio.
Savio's like Tel.
Actually, I think you're doing a disservice to Mathys Tel. Mathys Tel is better at everything.
He's better.
Apart from assists.
Yeah, he's better. Yeah.
Tel is better.
Who's better?
Tel
is better.
Can you show this to Stel, please, Sean?
Yeah, of course I can. Screenshot it and put it out there right now. The yellow box though looks like the guy that we want, doesn't it?
I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you.
That's Gakpo, isn't it?
I did not expect Gakpo's numbers to reflect like that. So
no,
I'm happy to be.
But this is what I'm saying. He does, but he does it against the bottom. Like, he'll get a hat trick. You know, when Son first joined, he'd get a hat trick against West Ham, a hat trick against West Brom, and then he'd go missing for 6 games. That is kind of what he does.
But then, is there an argument that he could then become a lot better player under a certain
absolutely, absolutely.
Playing a certain
I'm
way?
not saying he's a bad player either. I'm not going, he's terrible. I'm just saying, out of everybody there, he would be the last one I would pick.
How old is he?
He's old, yeah.
Carries.
Oh yeah. Fucking ancient.
The only thing he's terrible at is crossing. He's not very good at crossing. How's that then? Crosses completed. He's up the top, but the percentage of the crosses that he makes, he's fucking dog shit. So he whips a lot of balls. He whips a lot of balls into the box.
High, wide, and handsome.
Yeah.
And what's the other side there? Pass completion percentage. Like it leaves his foot 100% of the time, completes to another player.
Yeah, basically
2% of the time.
Basically, that's what we're seeing from him, right? So he gets it there he gets it there in the end, but it takes him a fuck of a long time, lot of chances to get him where it needs to be.
So that's his passing completed and his crosses completed are terrible under a footballing manager that is very possession-based attacking football.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't quite fit.
Someone's giving it Ornstein bomber right now. Hassan 32. If you're fucking with me, I swear to God, I'll put you in a timeout.
Oh, we got some timeouts on the load. Let's have a look. What's Ornstein said?
Just do it anyway.
Timeout? Is it? We got a timeout bomber.
Send him to jail.
He hasn't said anything. Time him out.
Time out. Mods.
Kick him.
I'm on the wrong thing. I can't do it myself. Otherwise, I would.
Who said it? I'll do it.
Oh, yeah. Now you're joking, Hassan.
Yeah.
Now we're joking.
You're out of here. You're out of here, lads. You're out of here. Go on. Have a timeout.
Look, Sean, have you seen how a few minutes ago?
Just timed out for a minute.
No, just timed out. Sorry, Adam. I didn't see you there, mate.
Sean, a few minutes ago, Daily Hotspur put in a repost of Alfredo Padula's tweet that he put out saying that Tottenham want both Cody Gakpo and Omar Marmoush.
Who's Daily Hotspur? Daily Hotspur.
Who? Padula.
He's the guy that goes on Ricky's channel. Whatever his name is.
Okay, let's have
Is that the channel scheduled to start tonight at 9 o'clock? But we'll be seeing him next week.
I'm still waiting right now. That's why I'm here. I'm waiting for.
Mate, I did it about a week ago. He said 9 o'clock. I got like 10 minutes in, and I just thought, "Fuck it, you don't deserve my view, mate. I'm out of it."
But
I mean, anything longer than 10 minutes, that's it.
Let's not. He's a good lad.
No, great channel as well. To be fair, but
amazing channel. Yeah, I don't want to talk bad about other people's channels. What's he said? Justin, Alfredo Padula, Tottenham are pushing hard to sign both Cody Gakpo and Omar Marmoush. Look, it's good that once this show ends, even if there's no bombers, I'm straight onto the StreamYard recording another upload. We're going after them both, people. We're going after them both.
Would you take both of them if they were the option? They were the ones that came in. Would you take them both?
Yeah.
What about Noosa?
Could we genuinely do them all, though?
I'd take Antonio Noosa all day long. He'd be number one or number two on my list.
Yeah, even tonight, he's on fire.
Look at Mr. Prem Proven nodding his head. You take Antonio Noosa, would you, Eugene?
Filter needs to be updated.
You take it, would you? Down there?
Yeah, wasn't Bournemouth after Noosa before? Was it Bournemouth or Brighton?
Yeah, he failed medical.
Yeah,
Brentford.
Yeah,
Brentford.
He had a big injury.
Sorry.
But all these rumors, there's no way we're spending 500 million on like 6 players. It's
right.
Is
there a chance you'd buy 3 and loan one, James? Is there a chance you'd do a cheeky business that way? Could you loan Marmoush for a year with an option?
I'd rather sign Marmoush and loan one of the others because Marmoush for me is probably the best one on the list.
Right.
So that's the one I would. But yeah, I'd be opening to like loaning Rashford. I think that's actually a really smart deal. Loan Rashford, prove your point. If people are worried about the attitude, prove it, and then go from there. With the what people are saying about the money we spend, this is where our fans need to let be. If Gray's going to go for 40 million, Berghvall 40 million, Vuskovic 50 million, like you've already made back 100 million on 3 kids that have barely proven anything. Then you go like Richalison, Sarr, whoever else maybe, if it's Dominic Solanke, Romero, Ganso, Vicario, you've made £200-300 million back anyway, even if you go cheap.
That is the point, right? So when you go and sign players for your youth academy, or you bring in young players that didn't come through your academy, like not all of them are going to land, right? So like Alejo Veliz, you take the punt for cost us 12 million quid. He comes over, big reputation, started well in his career in Argentina, comes over, he doesn't acclimate, doesn't settle, doesn't take his chance, doesn't work, goes to Spain, doesn't work. He goes home, it works. we get most of our money back, right? Like it's part of it's like being a kind of like a VC guy, right? Like it's one of those people like you're gonna spray some money into a load of different things and hope that one of them lands. It might be the same with Berghvall. Like if we sell Berghvall for 5 times what we paid for him, that's not a failure, even if he goes on to be a fantastic player.
Great business.
It's good because it gives you money to be able to go and do what else you want.
It's the same thing that people say, like, because you always see like the main 2 names, right? Is, well, what happened to Kevin De Bruyne or Mo Salah? Well, okay, fair, but they got good money for them. And what about all the crap, the calibers that they get rid of? All of the crap defenders, the Thiagos that they sell for 50 million, continuously 50 million, 50 million, 50 million, 50 million. Everyone goes, how do they do that? And then they go, yeah, but we don't want to sell our players for 50 million. Like for me, that's what doesn't make sense. I think the better players, you get the better players in. If you're getting offered 45, 50 million for people that have done nothing or next to nothing, how do you say no to that when you're going to pay 50, 60 million for Gakpos who are a lot better than what we've got?
But that's the question, though, James, right? Because I tried to say this on my video earlier, but then in the moment I kind of got waffled off on some other tangent and forgot to come back to it. If we're going to spend 100 million quid on Tonali, what is the right price point for Berghvall? Considering Tonali is a far more established player, or maybe a better example is if 85 million pound gets you a 21-year-old Fernandes that is Prem proven, that has done it. I know he's participated in 2 relegation seasons, but he's not the responsible factor for that. He's a breath of fresh air to watch. He's clearly suitable to the Premier League. If he's 21 and Berghvall's 20 or 19, 20, whatever, if you're going to pay 85 million pound for Fernandes, who is a better version in basically every metric, then what is the right price point to be expecting someone else in the Premier League to pay for Berghvall? To pay for Berghvall, even if Berghvall does go on to become a superstar. Is he half the player that Fernandes is right now?
No. And I don't think we've seen the full Tonali either. I think you're going to see such a better... If he goes City or Arsenal, I'm telling you, he'll be one of the best players in the league. He's not as bad as people are making out him to be either.
No, if he goes to Arsenal, he won't improve because it would play defensive football under Arteta. He's got to have the right manager, I think.
Fernandes?
No.
Tonali's talking about, right?
Right, yeah.
Fernandes as well. You got to think, West Ham were fighting relegation week in, week out. It was a sit back and hold on tight. Whereas if he went to a United or anyone, you would naturally see him progress tenfold, for me. And I think it's the same as what we're seeing here now. It's quite tough or I don't find it tough, but a lot of fans, when you've had nothing, you kind of fixate to certain players. But, I mean, Sean... you're actually one of the half normal ones. You would let Tel go, right? If it meant bringing in Gakpo and Rashford, surely. Exactly, and that is the sort of point I would make everybody feel. There's almost like there's sort of like these attachments to players that ain't very good, or ain't good. They've just done nothing. But we value them. Like what Johnny said the other day. Big up Johnny. He said I wouldn't sell him for anything less than 55 million. But based on what? Like 55 million for me. If you sold him to United for 55 million, even if he hits the floor and runs with it and he's a top player, you're only probably going to get 80, 90 million if they sell him anyway. So you're risking a 30 million swing, or like what we said earlier, Eric Dyer, a 50 million drop. It's not worth it. As a business and a football club, to be able to invest the money we want to invest, we've got to cash in when we can on the players that we don't need.
Is that the same for Vuskovic as well, by the way, guys? Like
100%. He's the first one on the chopping board for me.
I have a buyback clause with him. Like all the big clubs, if you look at Madrid, every player they sell, young player, there's a buyback clause. That's what I would do.
Yeah, but every player who gets sold by Madrid wants to go back to Madrid. Vuskovic has made absolutely no intimations at all that he wants to be anything to do with.
Yeah, he will do though when we win the league next season, Sean. Yeah, so you can.
I like what.
Clip it.
Sorry.
Fucking clip it. I to be fair, I mean, Danny can vouch for this. 6 months before the end of the season, I was saying we're staying up, and everyone's going, "You're an idiot." I said we are staying up. And that's listen.
I swear, with one of the few people we were saying.
Stick fucking Meg, mate. Ask me a question. I'll tell you.
You're an idiot.
Adam scored Jawlock. You wanted to pop in, mate. So you're looking like you wanted to say something.
No, I was just sort of going on the back of what James was saying. It's Flowers. It's a bit like the Romero.
What was that? Too many goals.
No, it's with him. It's like you're only as good as your last fucking game. You are as only like you're like a chef. You're only as good as the last fucking meal you served up. And it's like I feel like that with him is that he needs to be. He's going to go. I've been saying this for ages. He will go on a loan all day long. He will end up going on a loan because no one will turn around and pay them wages and pay that money outright based on someone that only plays half the games in the season. Lets you down. 1 minute he's the saviour, next minute he's the fucking he's outspoken. Blah blah blah. I think that's what will happen with him.
I think you need to stay off the Magnums, mate. You can't keep up with Chilney boy.
I can keep up. What are you talking about?
We're selling
He's had
Romario.
3-6 on stream and he's about to fall over.
No, but you know what, Jay? Like the thing is, as a club, we're terrible at selling players. Like Chelsea, I'm shocked. They can sell anybody. They can sell a lunch lady for 80 million. We cannot sell anybody. So I want to see if anything changes.
Yeah, but this is where it starts, right? You have to start.
No,
that's my point. Even if it was Eric Dyer's back in the day, I was always one that if it gets to the point, your favourite players, like if someone said to me now, Van der Ven, £80 million, off you go, mate. Off you go and let's go again. I have no personal attachments to any players. If someone said like £80 million for Kudus, £90 million for Kudus, okay, let's reinvest in anybody. There's no player for me that is above investing in the squad. So whatever is best for the team is best for the team. And if we are going to go out and spend 400 million, like it or not, the best thing for the club would be to get some of that money back. Otherwise, you'll do 2 seasons of that, and then we will be in like the Newcastle position. The reason we can do this, in fairness, is because we've never done it before.
Well, especially with 1 game a week. That's why the center back situation concerns me. 1 game a week, and we have 17 center backs. So we need to unload players.
I still think Van der Ven's going to throw out his toys out of the pram because
I think so as well.
All of these other players, even Kinsky, was talking about new contracts. Probably after the season's finished, and he's just done and dusted. I don't know why Van der Ven, for his own sake, if he had a decent geezer behind him, I'd say to him, look, release clause in there, sign it, get as much money as you can. At least you're not on 60 grand a week now, you're on 200 grand a week, so you've gained 140 grand a week, and you've put a release clause in, do what you've got to do. For me, I don't trust him. I think that there's I still want to go elsewhere.
Now Senesi's come in.
Senesi's better than Van der Ven.
I don't know about that. Senesi's good, but
he's better than Van der Ven. In a De Zerbi system, I think he'd be better.
Styles of players, though, aren't they? Micky Van der Ven is fantastic at getting yourself out of trouble, but in terms of traditional defensive responsibilities, he's not great positionally. He's not great in the air. His recovery tackles are fantastic. His pace is fantastic, which is useful in certain scenarios in certain games where you're going to play a higher line. And so there's horses for courses, and I think that Senesi's better at passing, better at progression, better at doing more on-ball value stuff. But I'm not worried about the difference. I think it's fantastic to have both of them, but I'm actually with James more on just a personality thing. I don't forget, Drew and I called him a rat for the vast majority of the second half of the season, and I was almost tempted to say, I got that one wrong. But you know what? I still think there's going to be a bomber at some point this summer where Liverpool are going to come in for him because Liverpool have got a lot of work to do at the back, and they will probably sit there and unsettle him. And his whole family is Liverpool fans. I wouldn't be surprised to see Van der Ven move on for big money towards the end of the summer.
And I would almost ask somebody to show me a good performance where he's done a one-on-one defending masterclass against anybody. By the way, anybody.
Porro is rated like everybody except me rates Porro, and he's a terrible defender. I think it depends on the partnerships, right? Van Hecke is not that pacey. He's good on the ball. So I think him and Van der Ven would make a good partnership. But I don't know. Yeah, I would sell him. I agree.
Yeah. For me, look, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Ledley King or somebody else, but they always used to say if you're making a slide tackle, it's because you've made a mistake. Yeah. I can't remember if it might have been like someone like Maldini. I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever seen him make a good tackle where he isn't sliding. Which 9 times, it's not always his fault. Obviously, it could be the system, could be that Ange sit on the halfway line. But if your highlight reel is literally running back and making a last-ditch tackle, that for me is concerning. I like my defenders to be able to play football and defend. Sanusi's not the best, but he's better than Van der Ven for me. So I wouldn't
King was
be.
the best. He did the best version of that ever, wasn't it? Against Chelsea, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like that to me is iconic, mate. That is fucking iconic.
It all depends on.
Yeah, but you
on the
could say the same thing
right?
about Van der Ven's clearance off the line, right? Like we have to give him some credit. That is better than.
But I'm talking about making up distance on ground, mate. And I'm telling you, that guy was swimming fucking that week. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'd play him as a left back on it. Like if we go back.
No way. Have you seen him miss the World Cup?
Yeah, but
every winger has ripped him a new one. Every winger it's one-on-one defending out wide. People don't realise how much one-on-one defending is at your fullbacks. It's why Porro gets criticised every week. Even who did they play? Who did they play last? Is it last game they played? He got stood 1-on-1. They knocked it through his legs. He ran around him and got across it. No, not for me.
Yeah, but
don't forget who was covering Porro? It was fucking Romero.
Just quickly, guys, I've missed these 2 super chats. They were only about an hour ago, so please forgive me, Q in Dallas. He says, big up Sean and everyone. Bring on the bombers. There hasn't been a massive bomber tonight, has there? But there's been some sort of like micro bombers galore with regards to Marmoush and Gakpo. We'll take that as a bomber. The thread continues, people. Anyone in the chat that's saying my reign of bombers on live streams is killed and is over, you're wrong. We got enough tonight to be able to maintain it until Sunday. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow. We'll see what happens in the morning. Big up to you, Kieran. Thank you very much. You've also become a new member of the show. Big up to you, mate. Choo-choo to you, buddy, for the membership. Really appreciate you and appreciate the super chiddly chit-chat. Guys, shall we give it a round off soon, or we got anything else to talk about? What else are we talking about? We're going around in circles a little bit here.
I'll say one last thing before I shoot. The one positive for me is the level of player we've been linked with now. I don't know what has changed behind the scenes. Yeah. And in fairness, including myself, give Lange a lot of criticism, rightly so. But the last 2 seasons, the level of player we've been linked with has been levels above what we've been looking for years. Last year, Eze, Gibbs-White, Simmons, Gallagher, they are levels above what we have been looking for. So, look, I don't know who is doing that, what is doing that, because a lot of people are saying director of football because we're buying people, we haven't got a clue. Technically, that's not true because the last 2-3 years, the level of player we've been looking at has been levels above what we would go for before, right? We was looking at Noosa. In fairness, probably looks like a bad decision, but we was looking at him before he really played any proper football. Now we're talking about Savio, who plays for Chelsea, Gakpo, who plays for Liverpool, Rashford, who's at Man United. They're all top 3 teams, top 4 teams in the Premier League. So the level of player for me is a massive positive. Massive positive. It almost feels like if you don't get your top one and you get the second one, you're still getting a proper player.
What about this this situation with we haven't spoken about this tonight.
Sean.
Yes, Danny.
No, go on. I was just going to say about Lange. Would you not then say that if we have an amazing window, that we have to give credit to him because so many 100%. So many fans have literally been saying, "Oh, he's shit." But let's be honest, no one really knows what these people's roles are in the football club, right? So we don't know what goes on behind the scenes and what he's actually involved in. But in a transfer, you'd expect the people who are in those positions in the club have got some part to play in, whether or not it's a big part or not.
Yeah,
then
fair enough.
On that basis, would he not be given credit?
Did he sign?
At the end of the day, though, right? Like last season was the season it almost went. Like we can't just kind of like ignore what happened 3 months ago, 5 months ago. In January, he decided to do nothing. He said that there was nobody out there that could have got us out, or that could have improved us. It was a load of absolute bollocks. He could have got us into a better situation than we ended up facing ourselves in. It wasn't him that kept us up. It was in spite of him that we stayed in the Premier League. And ultimately, now the money's been made available. I don't know if it's him that's doing the negotiations. I don't know if it's this guy Rafi Mawson who's come in. He's already come out and said that he was in the Fab Minute meeting a couple of days ago, and the notes came out from there. And let's actually have a conversation about that.
Before we another question to add on that, Sean, before you say your point, then wouldn't you make the same argument that if, for example, like you were just saying about Lange? Oh fuck! I've just lost the point. I was going to say something. Doesn't matter. I'll try to remember. Okay.
Well,
what I would say with that is if you. Oh, sorry.
I'll just finish the point. Like for me, I just feel like does Johan Lang get any credit if we have a good summer? Sure. Does that overwrite what he almost cost us? Like the whole reason we're in this situation is because we got away with murder, right? If we'd gone down, we were losing 300 million quid like that. We were going to be the next West Ham, right? Or the next potential Leeds, or the next potential Leicester, or anything else. We weren't, not because of anything that those guys did. Now that the owners have come in and gone, shit, we can't let that happen again. Alarm bells ringing. Our guaranteed Premier League status is not guaranteed. Let's not make that mistake again. Let's put some money in. Let's get back into the upper echelons. Great. Who is it that's making those negotiations? At the end of the day, it doesn't really require Johan Lang to be very good at his job to be able to identify Sandro Tonali as a good talent. If he has the wiggle room and the mandate from the owners, whoever it is that's writing the checks, to say you can go and spend 100 million quid on a player that Newcastle know the player doesn't want to be there anymore. And also you can go and offer him 300 grand a week or 285 grand a week. Johan Lang isn't offering any value in that other than making the phone call. If it's even him that's making the phone call. Is it Charrington? Hang on, it's money. Well, it might be Rafi Mawson, whoever it is. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know what value it is that the director of football is providing.
So, Sean,
any one of us could identify Sandro Tonali.
True.
Let me finish my rant, Danny. 1 second, mate.
Go on.
Any one of us could identify people like Matheus Fernandes or Sandro Tonali as needle movers. Any one of us could pick up the phone and say, is there any chance we can buy him? No. Well, how about if we give you 50% more than what he's actually worth, and we'll also pay the player 50% more than he would have got anywhere else? All of those things are a lot easier to do if you've got the mandate to spend that money. I don't think that Johan Lang gets any credit for that, personally, not at all.
But then is it not fair you can't criticise him for what he said in the January transfer market if there was no money to spend? All right, he said the wrong thing.
Not what he said.
You can't. I agree with that. He said the wrong thing. I did say that. He said the wrong thing, but we can't criticise him for the negative and then not praise him for some of the positives, right? It's the same thing what you said about Daniel Levy, right? Everyone used to criticise him for what he didn't do, but he did win us. You could say he did win us the Europa League. So do we take that away without adding any of the good or the bad? For me, look.
No, I'll give Johan Lang the credit for what he did do. He identified someone like Berghvall. I think it was him that found Vuskovic, right?
Yeah.
I'll give him the credit for that. That's where he's providing value.
But we don't know that, right? We don't know that they're there. He could have been the one that said, right, Kudus is the right man for this squad. He could have been the one that said, Xavi Simons.
This is exactly what my point was, James.
I think 50 million quid for Kudus is actually good value.
Sean, but if anyone wants to answer this, I'll put another spin on it. Do you not think then there is an argument that maybe internally the reason why they didn't go and buy a player, right, is because that they didn't know who their manager wanted to be internally? They had a feeling that maybe he would go. So that is a club decision if they didn't sack him or not. But on top of that, on that decision that they would have to make by sacking the manager, right, and bringing in a player for a manager they might not even want in a few weeks after that. And then to add to that, then you've got the other issue is maybe internally they also believed that they had enough to stay up, right? Because let's be honest, if the Zerbi was there from January, I don't think we would have been in a relegation battle.
Agreed.
Sure.
Right,
so January is a hard time to negotiate.
I'm going to shoot, boys. I'm going to shoot. Take care. Thanks for having me.
Love you, mate. Take care.
Take care, James.
Mr. Mustang.
James, have a good one, mate.
No, I think you're bang on the money there, Danny, mate. I think you're bang on the money.
But also, just to add, I don't know what you guys think, but is there also a possibility that they didn't want to go and buy just a gap filler or or someone who the next manager who they didn't know who was going to be at that point, right, didn't want that player. So then they've wasted money there when they also had an idea of the type of players they wanted to bring in this summer. But then obviously that also changes a little bit because of what the manager wants, whoever they were going to bring in after they'd sacked the previous two managers. So is that not an added element to it all?
Yep, 100%. I think you're bang on the money, Danny, because I think that they might have thought that Frank might have just been able to just coast and just get us through the end of the year. You know what I mean?
That's what I thought.
They would have been happy with that if we'd been in an Ange scenario, and we'd have been like, we've got enough points. You know, like, yeah. I think they would have just fucking got to the end of the season, then sacked Frank.
But look, everything is a guess. In any club, especially at Spurs, we have no idea what's happening behind the scenes. So, but ultimately, Lange is responsible for what's happening, right? So he takes the blame and the credit. Last season, he's the one to blame, even though it might not be his fault. He is the face of the club when it comes to transfers. So he takes the blame for the failures. If this season we sign Fernandes, Tonali, Marmoush, whatever, even though, again, it might not be up to him, he takes the credit. That's just the way it works. Because we have no idea what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah. Guys, I think it's probably the best time to round off. It's been a long show, 2 hours and 45 minutes. I'm disappointed there wasn't the bomber we were hoping for this evening. There might be one in a couple of minutes, though. It's always the way. But there were still enough bombers for me to continue the trend. I think the theme is there to carry on. I want to say a massive thank you to Eugenie for coming on. Massive thank you to you, Drewski. Always a pleasure, mate. Always an absolute fucking pleasure, isn't it? Like proper.
Nice one.
Proper
nice
pleasure.
one. It's proper, isn't it? Proper.
Was that a cat going off your bed? What was that?
Oh yeah.
Is that a cat? Is it?
She's running off. She's finally woken up, lazy.
He's got that pussy on the bed.
Hey, big boy, big boy. Big up to Danny as well. Thank you, Danny. Lovely to see you, mate. Always great to have you, mate.
Thanks for having me.
I also want to say a massive thank you to this man here, the Stoic, who's basically moderator in chief over on the Spurs Hub. He's been absolutely fantastic. Big up to you, Stoic. Thank you so much. He said Tonali only has ice for Spurs. Mate, I appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you, buddy. Listen, let's hope that it gets done tomorrow. Are we going to get a weekend bomber? I don't know. I hope so. We were hoping for one tonight, but I'm still... I felt like the air got sucked out of the room a little bit in the first hour of the show. Didn't feel like there was much in the optimism stakes from the chat. Nothing's come up tonight to really give us any dents. And if anything, if we're interested in Marmoush and Gakpo as well, then the story can continue. It could be the greatest summer that Tottenham fans have had to experience for many, many a year. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been a part of it tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, or maybe even later on tonight. If there's a late night bomber, you never know. You never know.
You never know.
But, guys, we'll leave it there. I'll see you tomorrow for either way for more content. Appreciate you, Drew. Appreciate you, appreciate you, Danny. Love you all, guys. I've done the super chiddly chit chats, Orico, I think. Done them all. They're all done. They're all done skis. Guys, we're out of here. Love you all. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
take it easy, everyone.
Take it easy.